everybody. Welcome in. All right, everybody. 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2. All right, everybody. 1 2 1 2. Mic check 1 2. Okay. All right, everybody. So we are live here at our pop-up workshop. We'll be getting started very soon. All right, everybody. Hello, everybody. Welcome in. If you can hear us loud and clear, go ahead and type in the chat. Okay, y'all, because it's too quiet. So I want for everybody, if you're sitting beside someone, tell them, number one, what it is that you do. Then number two, I would like, don't sit right there. Sit right here. Grab a seat in front. I promise I won't pick on you. But tell them what it is that you do and what was maybe your last movie you saw and or special, like, Netflix special or something like that. So the person that's sitting beside you, let's go ahead and get some chances to know somebody. And I know I'm introverted, so I will go into an event and get behind somewhere and not talk. But you never know who you're sitting beside. So I'm helping you. Just tell the person beside you. Look to the person beside you. Or in front of you, or on the other side. There you go. So tell them what you do and what's the last movie that you saw. Let's go. All right. Everybody, welcome. If you're watching online, go ahead and let us know. Also, if you are not registered, make sure you go to thepopupworkshop.com. Welcome, everybody. Again, welcome, welcome, welcome. Join in on the conversation. Tell us in the chat, where are you guys chiming in from? Mhm. Hello, everybody watching on YouTube land. Go ahead and drop in the chat. Let us know what city and state you're chiming in from as well, as we are about to go live in just about 4 minutes, guys. Hello, everybody joining us on YouTube. Go ahead and drop in the chat where you guys are chiming in from. We're about to get started in about 2 minutes, y'all. Branch, Georgia, what's going on? Go ahead and drop your city and state or country. I know we might have some people joining us outside of the United States. Just go ahead and let us know in the chat where you guys are chiming in from as we get ready to get started in about a minute, y'all.
Welcome, 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 y'all. Happy Sunday. Y'all all networking, talking. I know, having a good time. We're getting ready to get started. I know, it's so good. It's so good. I love seeing networking. I love you guys talking and meeting each other. We're going to get ready to get started. Welcome, y'all. How y'all feeling today? Y'all feeling good? Yeah, I like a woohoo. I like that. I like that energy. Yes. So it's a wonderful Sunday. It's the Pop-Up Workshop. We do it every second Sunday, you guys. We come together. It really is a space where you will learn so much. You'll meet some new people, as you guys have already started doing, meeting people and networking and doing all that. I want to introduce who I am, though. I'm Brittany Wilder. I'm a wealth and wellness energy healer, and I help ambitious women align their energy to attract what they want when it comes to their wealth, their wellness, and their weight loss. So that is me. I do that with sound bowl healing. I do that with hypnotherapy, timeline therapy, and other spiritual coaching techniques. Okay, that's me. That's who I am. That's what I do. If you already have a notepad, make sure you're taking notes, because we know note takers are... Come on, somebody say, show me the money. Yes, you guys know. Where are you guys from? Where's everybody from? Born and raised in Ohio. We got Ohio in the house. Virginia in the house. Atlanta in the house. Yes. New York City. I heard California. Okay, Cali. West Coast. I'm from Washington. Around the globe. My girl. See, come on. Down the street. I'm from Tacoma, though. What's up, Portia? That's my neighbor. You guys, it's going to be a great afternoon. Make sure you have your notes. Like I said, take some notes. Do all the things. You're going to learn so much. The bathrooms are right around the corner if you need to go to the bathroom, that sort of thing. We're going to get started. I'm going to introduce you guys as first speaker. You guys excited about that? The first speaker. Okay, clap it up. Go ahead and start clapping right now because you know it's going to be amazing. Look, let me check on my people online. We got Flowery Branch, Georgia in the house. Okay, I'm going to introduce your first speaker, you guys. Our first speaker is a powerhouse in the author and speaking world. She's a two-time TEDx speaker. She's the founder of Book Prophets Club. If you're in Book Prophets Club, go ahead and say, woo, woo. Yes, my people in the house. And a creator of the Author All-Stars magazine. If you're an Author All-Star, say, woo, woo. Look, Taria has spoken in more than 10 countries with audiences of over 10,000 people. She has helped more than 11,000 speakers and coaches become published authors and has hosted multiple international conferences that empower leaders all over the world. Please welcome the visionary herself, Taria Avon. Go ahead and start clapping right now. Woo, 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 woo.
Oh, I don't got the mic. Thank you very much. I forgot it. All right, how y'all doing? Awesome. Listen, we have an online streaming audience as well, so I want to make sure I show love to them. For everybody that is watching online, hello, you guys. Hello, everybody. Say, hey, y'all. Hey, y'all. And make sure to drop in the chat. Let us know where you guys are chiming in from. Okay, I want to test everybody out. I want to see, by show of hands, how many of you guys are here are authors? If you're an author, raise your hand. Okay, let's give it up for yourself. Let's give it up for yourself. Okay, if you didn't raise your hand and you want to write a book, raise your hand. Okay, two. Well, if you didn't, okay, another one. Everybody say another one. Okay, awesome. Well, listen. So what I do, guys, and I've been doing this for over 10 years. Actually, matter of fact, what I'll do is I'll tell you a little bit about my story. Is that cool? Are you okay with that? Okay, great. So as I was saying, originally from Virginia, I graduated from Hampton University, AAA. We was just on lockdown the other day, though. But graduated from Hampton with a degree in computer science. And I got that degree because they told me that, you get a degree in technology, you always have a job, right? It's job security. We know that ain't the truth, right? Well, we didn't know AI was going to be what AI is today, right? But I'm a techie. So I'm a big techie girl. Introvert by nature, and never saw myself speaking on stages in front of people, but I've always been an entrepreneur. So any entrepreneurs here? I have tried it all, y'all. I sold vacuum cleaners, knives. I was a bail bondsman. I did insurance, door-to-door type sales on different things, telemarketing, all the things. But notice I said try. So I never really did. I would try something and then quit, and then try and quit. Sign up for it. Go to the classes, get certified, quit. Pull up to my first lead, quit. And so I was really good also at quitting. I was a quitpreneur. That's what I was. If you ask me what I did, I'm a quitpreneur, right? A lot of times people say I've been an entrepreneur for 20 years, but the truth is you've just been doing the same thing over and over again for 1 year. And so I got into quitting all the time, and it wasn't until my father was diagnosed with stage 4 cancer that I had a big paradigm shift. At the time, my mom had already passed away, my birth mother, from cirrhosis of the liver. I was 11 years old, and so to lose your birth mother at that young age, and if you know what cirrhosis of the liver is, you kind of have an idea what my life was like growing up. So now my father, I'm 24, 25, and I'm finding out he's about to, unfortunately go through a battle of his life, which I didn't think he was going to be gone. Well, unfortunately, 7 months later, he was. At that moment, that's when I got tired of trying different stuff. And I really wanted to make something work. I got tired of making the excuses. I got tired of saying, you ever heard somebody say, when things get better, if God sees fit, all the things that we make up, right? And I moved to Atlanta to start my journey of no longer quitting. And I used to do websites. In fact, the gentleman who gave me my first job as a website designer unfortunately just passed away from a heart attack. And he was the first person to believe in me, the first person to pay me as an entrepreneur here in Atlanta, Georgia. And he introduced me to this young lady in network marketing. In fact, they're doing a celebration of his life right up the street at Trap City right now. And so definitely, hey, Tanya, what's going on? A big blessing to have somebody to see you, to believe into you, and invest into you. And so fast forward, I ended up getting in network marketing because of him. He introduced me to someone, and I never realized how I needed that industry. Not because I wanted to recruit a ton of people and do all the things that you do in network marketing, but it taught me people. It taught me what made people move. It taught me what people would like to invest in. I won't lie. I will not lie to you. I was in a company where people would spend $500 every single month just so that they could walk across the stage to be recognized as a star achiever. And if people are willing to spend $500 to get a pen that costs 30 cents to make, I realized that, okay, I got to create ways to recognize people, but also at the same time to help them profit. In fact, I was like the one who was like, I'm going against the grain. I was one of the top leaders in the company at the time when I made a declaration, I'm not paying $500 for coffee to walk across the stage. I was literally the only diamond leader down in the diamond section by myself, watching everybody walk across the stage to celebrate that I'm spending $500 but stacking up product in my house. At that moment, I said, okay, what can we do to help people to create a product that's for themselves that also will allow you to build legacy? If you've ever been in network marketing, you know a lot of times we scream legacy, legacy, legacy. Which the truth is I believe that network marketing is a great entryway to helping you to develop it. But the truth is legacy is built off your own products and services. Yes? So I wrote a book. Everybody say, write a book. Oh my God. Now, I won't tell you the whole reason why I wrote the book, but I wrote the book. And when I tell you guys, ladies and gentlemen, doors started opening up. In fact, my first book was this book right here. It used to be called A Vision of Freedom, but now it is called A Six-Figure Vision. In the book, I talk about goal setting. I talk about mentorship. I talk about overcoming fear, false evidence appearing real. I talked about all those different things. And because I wrote about those things, I now became the expert in the subject matter. Does that make sense? Everybody say expert. And so I became the expert, not because I wrote about the life of Taria, because most people weren't Googling my life story. Not yet. Everybody say not yet. Not yet. They're not yet Googling. But what they are wanting to know is, how do I overcome fear? How can I be able to set goals to have success in areas? How can I build multiple streams of income? That's what people wanted to know how to do. So because I wrote about it, now I'm the expert, and I'm now getting invited to come and speak at real estate organizations, bridal organizations, BNI. If anybody know anything about BNI, you are not going in a BNI meeting promoting your network marketing business. They're not doing it. But now, because I'm an expert, can you come and teach our attendees about goal setting and the power of goal setting? Does that make sense? So when I wrote it, I was using it at the time to recruit to my network marketing business. It was going to be a recruit tool. By the way, I never wrote a book to sell books. The biggest mistake people make when they write a book is to write the book to sell the book versus writing a book to sell. I was going to use this to recruit people. Melissa comes to my workshop. She now sees I'm the author of A Six-Figure Vision. She buys the book. She says, Taria, can you coach me? Sure. Gold Pack. Gold Pack was one of our products for my network marketing company. Melissa, if you want me to coach you, you got to sign up into my business and you'll be my coach. I'll work with you one-on-one. Does that make sense? Now I have this tool that makes me creditable. Have y'all ever bought a book from someone and it immediately increased the value that they had given to you? Especially if it was on a specific topic. Think about it like this. How many of y'all have read a self-help book that was maybe a top seller within the past 30, 60, 90 days, right? I remember one time I was going through the airport and I saw this book called The Compound Effect by Darren Hardy. Never heard of this man before. I read the book, The Compound Effect, and now immediately I'm like, I wonder if he got some training. I wonder if he got some information. Does that make sense? And so now this book made him creditable. I didn't know that he was actually the founder of What's the magazine? It's a magazine that he's the founder and creator of. I didn't even know all of that. It's a huge magazine. And so writing the right book, it opened the doors, and it allowed me now to have a marketing tool. But this is what you must understand. So if you notice, a lot of my books, they're titled on a specific result. So when it comes to business, when it comes to products, when it comes to services, the audience, the marketplace, all those people, they don't buy like what they think they need. They only buy what they know they want. And so I write about books based on what I know people are searching. Everybody write this down. If they'll Google it, they'll pay for it. If they're Googling, how do I ... they're going to pay for the ... So some of us, we overcomplicate these books and we make them too deep. We make them too overcoming the overrising. No, people just want to know, how do I quit my job in 90 days? People just want to know, how can I approach the girl of my dreams and ask her on a date? People just want to know, how can I wear my hair naturally and let it grow with natural fruits and berries and juices and things? Are y'all picking up what I'm putting down? We overcomplicate this process. Now, the next phase is then once you write the book, you got to be willing to put yourself out there. One of the first speaking opportunities that I received, I didn't receive it because I was an Amazon top seller. I didn't receive it because I put it on a website. I didn't receive the invite to come and speak at this event because I just published a book. I received the invite because I pitched myself. How you doing? I pitched myself. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? Yes. And so the second thing that we have to understand is when we come up with this marketing tool, you now got to go out there and find people that are looking for you. I want everybody to say, people are looking for me. People are looking for me. There's literally a man, a woman from some background, some information that is looking to overcome something that you know how to do. And we overcomplicate this. You ready for this, Dr. Deborah? There is a company that makes 7 figures teaching people how to organize their house. 7 figures. Who knows how to organize here? Like really good at organizing. Y'all know what I mean when I say good at it, right? Y'all love the videos where it be like the what is it called? ASMR, right? Where they drop, they click, click. You love watching those things, right? Some of y'all grab these seats up here because, you know, it's for the aesthetics, the pictures and stuff. Grab some seats up here if y'all could. Come on up here. Thank you. That's what I'm talking about. Your moneymakers sit in the front row. I'm just being honest. I have ADHD. Anybody else got ADHD? I can't sit behind people. Okay, I'm just saying. Because I be looking at their hair, looking at what they doing, they twirling their ear. I done forgot what y'all talking about. Okay, so what was I saying? See? ADHD. There's people who make 7 figures organizing. There are people. I met a young lady, she said, I teach you how to get the Gucci without the gotcha. She's in finances. If I get up here and tell people I show them how to finance their money, nobody wants to hear that. Budget. Ooh, ugh, right? But if you can show me how to get some Gucci for the low and it's real, how you do that? I done sat down with her. She was like, okay, well, let's talk about your finances. I was like, oh, girl, you got me. But her book was attached to what people want, not what they need. And then I met her because she pitched to speak at an event where I was in the audience, like how I get the Gucci without the gotcha. Does that make sense, y'all? So once the book comes out, you cannot be afraid to roll your sleeves up and pitch and get on these platforms. What if I told you we have an organization called Book Profits Club every Thursday? How many days, y'all? Every Thursday. We send out 2 podcasts to our Book Profits Club members, not just a random list of podcasts. We actually take time. We reach out to the podcast. We say, listen, we got a great group of men and women from all backgrounds that we would like to be interviewed on your podcast. Can we get them a booking link so they can be on your show? So no, this is not just us getting a database of random podcasts. These are actual podcasts that are like, yes, we would like to interview them. Every Thursday, we send it out to our Book Profits Club members, say, hey, here's another 2 podcasts. Wouldn't that be amazing that you knew for a fact every Thursday you're going to have 2 podcasts that you can put yourself to? Yep. Workshops. What if how many of y'all recently have seen, maybe someone you know, well, let me ask you this first. Who wants to speak on more stages? Couple of us? Okay. How many of y'all just not going to raise your hand no matter what I ask? Okay, because there's a few of y'all in here looking at me dead in the face. Let me tell y'all something. Do you know how you sow a seed is how your harvest always comes? Imagine you're on a stage speaking and you're telling people to raise their hand and they just, how would that make you feel? You just not going to participate. I ain't going to look at nobody in specific. I'm talking to somebody here, right? But participation also engages your subconscious mind. So I just want to stress that, y'all. If you plan to ever speak on a stage and you're not participating, I promise you that God will always return the seed in the harvest of how you put that seed. So, okay, back what I was saying. So, how y'all doing in the chat? Okay, so again, you have to be willing to pitch yourself. So for those who want to be speakers, in the past month, have you seen anybody that you're following on social media post a flyer saying, oh my God, I'm speaking at this conference? Anybody ever seen that? Now we wait and we like, well, why this person ain't invite me? Because they don't know who you are. You know what you need to do? Reach out to the person who's organizing the event. Say, listen, I am the author of A 6-Figure Vision, How to Truly Live the Life of Your Dreams. How do you go about finding your speakers? What if you just started pitching yourself and putting yourself in front of people? In fact, I like to set a goal that I'm going to send out 5 to 10 copies of my book, because remember, it's now a marketing tool to people who host events. Most authors write books to sell books versus writing a book to sell. This is my marketing tool. This is my expensive business card. This is what I use to show people I'm the SHIT. Does that make sense? So now I'm going to set a goal. I'm going to send it out to 5 to 10. What if we told you that we even provide opportunities for our Book Profits Club members to get on stages? We sure do every single month at a pop-up workshop. We actually have over 150 registrants for this event. Those are all people who could be potential partners, customers, collaborators, even maybe an accountability partner. Some of us need them. Hello? What about this? What if you also leveraged your book to get on the news? Okay, what is something big that just recently happened? Didn't know, I didn't even know, no offense, I didn't even know who he was. And so then I went into a whole spiral of looking up all his stuff. What if something that he said sparked a little something in you, and now you have a book that you can actually connect to maybe some of the things that he talked about, and how this, and you can now use that, and it's an unfortunate situation. God forbid, we don't ever want to, make fun of that, because I don't make fun of no man, no nothing for whatever reason. But let's say that you learned how to leverage that in with what you talk about now. Okay, for example, I know that Tammy works with introverts that want to be able to launch their businesses and even do business abroad, whether they live there or not. What if she used what happened today in her book that might talk about being an introvert abroad, and how being an introvert probably saves more extroverts from challenges where it's controversial? She will use, of course, the title, right? But it is also, people call it clickbait. But in the world of media, people are looking for experts to come on to talk about that topic. Now that I know that I have a topic in alignment with what has taken place, and I have a book where I now can send a copy of my book and my speaker sheet, as well as an introduction letter to these news outlets, and saying, I want to come on to talk about why this happened and how this could not have happened. I am an expert in this space. When can I come? Are y'all with me? Because many of us don't even understand that recognition gets recognized. Do y'all know when somebody sees that you're speaking on someone else's stage, it increases your credibility too? When they see that the media has you, there's this guy who wrote a book about how he was not going to pay for his kids' college tuition. Controversial. He don't even he teach NLP, neuro-linguistic programming, which, by the way, is NLP in a way. I'm not about to pay for your college tuition, right? And so I'm programming you to understand you got to get it for yourself. But he wrote this book not because he necessarily cared too much about talking about his kids and their college tuition. It was controversial. It put him on CNN. Now, he's on CNN pictures of sets of him on CNN. Do we even care what he says? No, he's on CNN nationally. Does that make sense? Yes or yes? So the right book, when you pitch yourself, can get you on those platforms. Today, let me tell you how you stand out of everybody else, because you got these people that might have 100,000, 200,000, 300,000 followers. Do you know that the world or the day of social media influencers is slowly declining? People don't care about the followers you bought. They care about, is somebody talking to you though? Is somebody interviewing you though? Are you seen as the real expert and people putting you on their platforms? And so this is why. Now, how many of y'all are like, okay, maybe this book thing is making a little bit more sense? Because the book is what introduces you to all these platforms when done right. Let me ask y'all another question. How many of you guys have ever been through a breakup? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you guys have ever been fired from a job? Raise your hand. Okay. How many of you guys have ever been outcasted in your church? Ooh, raise your hand. How many of you guys have ever, it's just so much, been lied on by your best friends? Raise your hand. All of those are 4 different topics where you write about these topics and position yourself the right way can get you on many platforms. It can make you the expert. It can help you to be able to grow your business. And this is the thing. It doesn't have to even be linear to what you do. I might have a topic teaching people how to overcome betrayal, but I might sell clothing. There's ways that you can connect them all. It might be clothing that is printed like, bold prints. And so all this time you've been dealing with the betrayal. Yes, yes. And now we have these bold prints that allow you to stand out loud. Does that make sense? So learning how to write a book that's designed specifically to help you build multiple streams, see, that's where I come into play. 11,000 books are published every day. Everybody say every day. Every day. 11,000. So it's not, you can write a book now with AI in a matter of a couple minutes. Whether I recommend you sell it or not, that's up to you. But you can write a book on AI in a matter of minutes. The question is, how are you leveraging your book? And that's what I actually do. I actually have a program that I'm going to be offering to you guys later on today, where not only are we going to talk about the different ways of how to leverage your book so that you can be on the magazines. Everybody, you see that magazine right there? Author All Stars magazine is our annual magazine. In 2023, the city of Atlanta also gave us a proclamation where December the 15th is actually Author All Stars Day. There's nobody on the planet who has the Author All Stars magazine. It is an international magazine. Do you know that you being published in the Author magazines makes you certified, credible in the space of leveraging your book? Yes or yes? What about if then you now get on the podcast and you can be able to show, and by the way, I don't care if I'm talking to one person on the pod. All it took was one person to decide to be the president of the United States of America. So a lot of times we trying to get on these bigger podcasts where, yes, they may make sense if the investment makes sense for you, but there's some opportunities where you might have a pod that has 50 to 100 listeners, and those 50 to 100 listeners could become your customers, your clients, the people that you work with. I'm trying to be on all the pods. Get me on. And then you also now make sure that, hey, now that I'm getting on the pod, now that I'm getting on the magazines, media, hey, ABC, Fox, all the things, I'm looking for you. Getting on these articles. Many of you guys are a part of Book Profits Club. We publish you in articles. I will be repurposing that every day. If y'all ever get someone to write up a digital article about you, you take a screenshot of the article, you print it out, you include it with your book and your speaker sheet. And so now when you are pitching it to these other platforms, you're telling them, I am the SHIT. People talking about me, and you should too. So I want you guys to stop thinking about your book as the end all be all. The book should not be the profit. The book should be the marketing tool. Yes or yes? Yes. So if you are an entrepreneur, I don't care what your product or your service is, you got to learn how to leverage that book. Well, listen, we're going to be doing a panel discussion. And so if you guys have a question, you see the white cards, and some of y'all have been writing on the white card. Taking notes. That's okay. I got more. Okay. So these white cards, what you're going to do with the white card is I'm one of the speakers. Then we also have Khaleesi and Bruce. You're going to write the name of the person that you have a question for, just the name, okay? One name, just one name. And then you're going to write your question. And then we're going to pass those cards up. So if you end up having a question for me, Khaleesi, and Bruce, you're going to write it on 3 different cards. Does that make sense? 3 different cards. If you're watching online, we're going to open it up, guys. Oh, I see Lisa Stringer Bailey in the chat. What's going on, darling? But yes, so if you're watching online, you'll also be able to drop your questions as well. So even if we cannot answer all of your questions today, then what we are going to do is follow up with you guys. Is that cool? So if you need another white card, just let us know. We got plenty of them. So if you guys have a question that you want to ask for me, you're going to write my name, Taurea, right here, Taria, and then you're going to put whatever the question is, okay? All right, y'all. Well, listen, we're going to go ahead and go back to our MC, who is just doing some trivia. Oh, let me talk about this too. So you see these raffles? So yes, we are raffling off some items today. Somebody's going to walk away with a flat screen TV. Yes, yes, yes. Well, it's not necessarily free. Because the way you get a raffle ticket is you're going to scan this. So everybody scan this real quick. Pull your phone out, scan it. And there are different things that you can buy. We have T-shirts. So y'all see my shirt? Y'all like my shirt? Okay, so a lot of you guys said you were authors. So this is the new shirt. Yes, yes, yes. Y'all see it? Yes, darling. So if we have a lot of shirts available, we have some larges. We have a couple of smalls. See, I'm a small. Yes, yes. And 2 2XLs. Okay? So if you guys want to get one of the shirts while they are here, you can get that. But then you also see we have our Profits Planner. I'll talk about that later. We have a nice array of books by Khaleesi Sheree. We've got Bruce. Bruce done sold out of his brand new book, chat. He only got 4 for us, okay? So what you're going to do is you're going to go ahead and scan what you want to buy. If you want 2 books, 1 book, T-shirt. But for every item that you get, when you get 1 book, it gets you a ticket towards the raffle. If you get T-shirt, it gets you a ticket. And if you're like, I don't even need nothing else, let me just sign up for the special. You can sign up for the special, and that gets you 2 tickets. But the great thing is that you're actually getting something for your ticket. So you're not just paying for a raffle ticket, okay? Does that make sense? So beyond the event, you can go ahead and do that by scanning that, or just go to the popupworkshop.com/special. And we will then give you your tickets before we get ready to start doing the raffle, okay? So you can buy 1 book, 2 books, all the books, sell us out. I don't care. All right, let's go ahead and bring on Brittany. Let's give it up.
Oh, I got 2.
No, that's just the magnet.
Oh, that's the
You've never, you just clip it on. Yeah,
I just been clipping it on. Oh, you learn something new each day. Hey, y'all. I'm back just learning things. Just like you guys learned a lot. I know you learned a lot. I love when Taria does her talk. Learn so much. I know y'all took y'all notes too because we ran out of them little cards, but we got extra cards, so y'all good. All right, I'm going to bring up you guys' next speaker. And if you guys have a question or aha moment, I want you to write that down on your notes, okay? Because we're going to talk about that towards the end, all right, before we do our panel session. Everybody good with that? Okay, here we go. So our next speaker is known as the sales doctor because he makes sales simple. Everybody say the doctor is in. The doctor is in. Yes, and is. Okay, Bruce Hill teaches people how to hear yes more often without sounding pushy or salesy. His conversational approach has helped everyone from new entrepreneurs and introverts to CEOs and business owners close deals with confidence. Get ready to take notes, y'all. Here is Bruce Hill. Woo, 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 woo.
10-minute, 5-minute warning, please. Thank you. Let's see. How you doing, good people? Good. So thank you for that warm introduction. I know there's 4 types of speakers. How many speakers? 4. There's motivational speakers, inspirational speakers, transformational speakers, and educational speakers. So if you think of a motivational speaker, you're probably thinking E.T., right? You're always yelling at you, like, thank God it's Monday. You're like, hey, it's 8 a.m. Like, chill. If you think of transformational speakers, you might think of your pastor. That's a really great example of someone who's going to change you from the inside out. Inspirational speakers, I love Les Brown. Has anybody heard of Les Brown? Okay. That's an inspirational speaker, someone who wants you to believe in something bigger, right? He says it's possible. And then there's educational speakers that change how you think. I'm an educational speaker. I hope today, with your permission, to help change how you think and how we operate in your personal life, in your professional life, and in your business. One thing I've learned, I've been doing speaking for 30 years. One thing I've learned, I cannot force you to learn anything. You have to participate in order for it to work. So here's what happens. As I go through this, I'm going to give you real examples from my life. I'm going to give you actionable things you can do today that are going to help you grow as an individual. I know if I help you grow, the rest of your life grows with you. So if I have your permission to share in your learning, just say teach. Just say teach. Okay. So check this out. Whether you're an entrepreneur, a business owner, you're growing in your career, you're a student, your family is most important to you, whatever it is, the questions you do not ask are costing you money. Okay? The questions you do not ask are costing you money. When I left top 100 in the company, back-to-back President's Club Sales Awards, I had a dream that I was inspired, right? Dream of something bigger. I said it's possible. Where I was an inside sales role. That means I went to the same location every day for work. The customers would come in and they would buy something. If they didn't come in, guess what? They didn't buy nothing. So I thought to myself, I don't want to sit around waiting every day for people to come in and buy something or maybe buy something. I said, what if I went out and got the customers? Then I could go get as many as I wanted. So I got a job as an outside sales rep. That means I had to go outside my house and find them. I knocked on doors, visit businesses. And what I didn't realize when I started this, it was my first introduction to entrepreneurship because it was 100% commission. So that means if you sold some things, you got paid. If you didn't sell some things, guess what didn't happen? You didn't get paid. It was really easy until it wasn't. So I'm like, okay, I just left up here. And if I come over here, I'm also going to be up here. Guess what didn't happen? That first month, guess how much I made that first month in this new role? It was $0. Everybody wants to tell you, like, I made $1 million last week, right? But that first month, I made $0.00. And so I said, okay, it's fine, right? New month, the new me. So I knocked on more doors, talked to more business folks, made more calls, sent more emails, and I got a couple signatures, right? So I get the signatures, the install team goes install it. That's what's supposed to happen. So at the end of the month, I was ready. I looked at my commissions report. I was like, yeah, big money. Guess how much my commissions report said? Take a wild guess. That's a good guess. Anyone else? It says $7. You're like, womp, womp, womp. Right? This guy's supposed to teach us sales? Wait a minute. So you got to understand, I went from I make 8,000, 7,000, 10,000, 7,000. Like I was doing all right. To $0? That hurts your feelings. That hurt my feelings in my pockets. And you know, after a while, people start calling you, and they're not calling to wish you happy birthday. I said, okay. I know it's possible. I'm just going to keep going. So this third month in, I knocked on more doors. I talked to more business owners. I made more phone calls, sent more emails. I got some more signatures. And at the end of the 30 days, I looked at my commission report, and it said $300. Listen, here's lesson number 1 for you all. Sometimes working harder isn't the problem. Now, that assumes you was doing any work at all, okay? That's another training for another day. So now I have to ask myself a question, and I even wrote a book, Better Questions is Better Clients. I know that better questions get better answers. I had to ask my question, and maybe you've asked yourself this question. Do I pivot, right, it's a fancy word for quit, or do I persevere? And let's be honest, if you spent 90 days to make $307, no one would be mad at you for pivoting, right? No one would. In fact, they probably more mad at you that it took that long. Like, what are you doing? Stop. It is clearly not working. So I had a choice to make. And I said, man, is it not working or is it just not working yet? So I asked 3 questions that absolutely changed my life. First things first is I got a coach. Shout out to Taria Vision Avance. You want someone that's ahead of you to give you the straight, not even the shortest path, but the smoothest path. I went and talked to a 16-year veteran. He would come in the office and he would sit down and he would hop on his computer and he would play solitaire all day till his phone rang. And he would say, hello, yeah, I can do that for you. And he would get up and he would go sell something. But he'd been doing it for 16 years. So 16 years of people had his phone number. I've been doing it for 16 weeks. Nobody was calling me. But I asked him, I said, when you started though, go back to when you started, where were you getting your clients from? So he's like, oh, I talked to these people in these zip codes. And I wrote it down. That's what people understand, that a coach isn't a shortcut, it's the fast track. You still got to do the work, but you're going to do the right work the right way, the right time. Because that's question number 1. I say, what is it that I don't know that I don't know I don't know? That's question number 1. I got a coach. Number 2, I went to the install team. Remember, I sold it. The install team goes and puts it in. And I remember it was Wednesday morning. They met at 6 a.m. I was like, sheesh. So I got up at 5. I got some Krispy Kreme donuts. Like the hot light was on. I got a box of donuts. I came in. I said, hey, guys. Hope I'm not interrupting. My name's Bruce. Just here to listen and learn. They said, you're Bruce? And they grabbed me physically, put me down in front of the room. They said, Bruce, you got to stop selling that stuff. Except they didn't say stuff, right? I'm like, it's 6 a.m. Why are you yelling at me? It's literally on my business card. It says sales consultant. And listen, I'm not trying to teach you to be killer closers or master manipulators. These are life lessons that you can take with you. I said, well, wait a minute. Why can't I sell what I've been selling? They said, Bruce, every time we go to sell one of your deals, because I told you I got signatures, right? If you caught that, people was telling me yes. Every time we went to sell your deal, it wouldn't be on our truck. I was selling things that were obsolete, that were discontinued, and were out of stock. Some of us, this is lesson number 2, are working on old information. We're working on old information. So no matter how hard you work, it's not going to work. I said, okay. It would have been nice if someone told me that 89 days ago, but we're here now. And this is something else when I wrote this book, Asking Better Questions. That's where not asking questions can cost you money. It's nobody's job to come find you and tell you what you need to know. Sometimes you got to ask them. So I said, okay, what is always on your truck? What do people like to buy? And this is where I'm on to my sales training. I never really sell people anything. I just give them a chance to buy what they want to need. It's a lot easier, I promise you. It's a lot less headache. I said, well, what's on the truck? They told me. I wrote it down. I said, most of the time, you have this. He's like 19 times out of 20. That's 95% for my math nerds. I said, okay, I'm going to sell what you have. I said, what do people like to buy? He circled a couple things. I was like, that's what I'm going to offer them. So number 3, I make it easy for people to do business with me. Now, if you're job hunting, that means your resume is up to date. That means your LinkedIn matches. It means your certifications have been renewed, right? If you're an entrepreneur, I shouldn't have to jump through hoops, backflips, and somersaults to get on your calendar and figure out what you do and a purchase from me. So for me, that meant I made 2 packages. It was expensive and more expensive. That's what I did. And if anyone needed something in between, I would customize it. So now, month number 4, right? I go out, I knock on doors, I talk to business owners, I make phone calls, I send emails. Guess what happens? I made a little money. Anybody want to guess how I made in month number 4? $1,500 is the closest. I made $1,000. Now that ain't a lot of money. That's not retirement money. But if you just made $307 in 90 days, I was pretty happy. I was like, man, I'll pay some people. I was like, man, I might eat something tasty for dinner. This is great. So then month number 5, I knocked at some doors, and I talked to some business owners. I sent some emails, I made some phone calls. Somebody say double. My commission check said $2,000. I was like, we getting somewhere. Because now I had the right information, and I had the right people, and I had the right product. So I was like, let's do it again. I knocked on some doors. I talked to some business owners. I sent some emails. I made some phone calls. And somebody say double one more time for me. I was like, oh, okay, we warming up. And what's fascinating to me, that I was actually talking to less people and making more money. In fact, instead of working 7 days a week, I was down to 6 days a week. And the next month, I went from 6 days a week to 5 days a week. But guess what? Somebody say double again. Double. I doubled again, working less hours. But it was, I built my clientele, right? I'm asking for referrals, but it was practice. I had to do it wrong to get it right. That's why I'm so confident if anyone ever works with me, I already did it wrong, so you don't have to. So guess what? One more month, I think the next month I went down to 3 days a week. I got a little comfortable. But that was my first 5-figure month. And the president of the company comes down. He says, what are y'all doing? This is the best turnaround we've seen for this location. And asking better questions transformed my life and career. And I took that role. I didn't go backwards until I left, and I moved to a sales manager position and started leading my own team. That's where I started training. That's where I started growing as a leader. And it wasn't because I'm a sales superstar, a killer closer, a master manipulator. It's very simply because I started to ask better questions. So I'm going to give you the 4 questions that you need to ask so that you can multiply in every area of your life and business. The first question is, who can I serve with excellence? Now, it's a little bit different. And part of the offer today to continue to invest in yourself, we're going to dive into these a lot deeper. The short version is there's a lot of people that you can help a little bit. And there's some more people that you can help a little more. But there's a few people that you can serve with excellence. And in my book, I call these better clients. These people pay on time. They leave 5-star reviews, and they bring friends. Somebody say referrals. Referrals close higher and cost less than any lead source ever. I want better clients. I want better clients for you. I don't want more clients just to have more clients. I want more headaches, more problems. I want better clients for you. And I don't even want you to be busier. There's going to be some work, but you notice as I made more money, I worked less. That's what I want for you in your business. And it starts with this first question is, who can I serve with excellence? The second question is, what changes because they work with me? What changes because I hire you? Again, this could be your career. This could be your business. The question is the same. What's going to be different because I gave you some money? Too many of us spend time telling people what we do and how we do it, but we don't tell them the answer to this question. So if you need I need some content, answer that question. Go on live, answer that question. That's your content. And I promise you, it will transform how people engage with you. Because they say, oh, I want that. I want to hear yes more often. I want to work less and make more money. Maybe I should talk to Bruce. Now we're not convincing anyone to work with us. We're educating them how your life, your business changes because they work with us. It's a different conversation, and it's such an easier conversation. Question number 3, how will I deliver results? One of the big things I ran into was I was trying to sell too many things to too many people. And even just this story I told you from my personal adventures, when I went down to 2 packages, there was over 200 SKUs. When I went down to 2 packages, their decision became easier. The install team loved me. Whenever they saw my jobs, those jobs got done first because they knew exactly what they were going to have to do before they got there. I made it easy for everyone to get the results they desired. So the question you want to ask is, how are we going to get them these results? Consistent practices yield consistent results. The last question, and this is my favorite question because it's the pricing question. What makes sense for the business and to the customer? What makes sense to the business and to the customer? That means that's where those packages come in. It makes sense. There's package 1 or package 2. Let's say, well, what comes in package 2? You say 1, 2, 3. What comes in package 1? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. It's an easy decision to work with you. The business grows, right? We're not giving stuff away. We're not working for free. We don't do that over here. We might give books away for free. We might give a digital course away for free, but do not give away your time for free. That's another, look, I'm gonna start preaching. So now you got the formula. That's all of it. That's all the sauce. But there's years more I could teach you on this. So I've got one more question for you. This one isn't rhetorical. I want you to think about an answer. What's the ROI on a better question? Someone want to guess? Is it 5 times, 10 times, 1,000 times? What's the ROI? What's the multiplier on a better question? 100? Anybody else? It can be infinite. I'm right around 40. I'm going to tell you this $25 question. Has anyone got a vehicle registered in the state of Georgia? Okay, how much is registration? Just the registration. $25. So I did not ask a $25 question. This is the first time I've purchased a vehicle in Georgia. I purchased a vehicle in Ohio, Kentucky, and Tennessee. I've never purchased a vehicle in Georgia. So I said, hey, I want to buy a car. They looked at my license. They said, this is not a Georgia license. Go away. So I go grab a Georgia's license. I come back, purchase a car. It was May. And in my head, I was like, all right, April, I need to be look for my registration renewal. That's 12 months, right? April next year. So I didn't ask a $25 question because how much is the registration? So I'm driving around minding my black-owned business. And guess who lights up on me? Sandy Springs Police Department. I was like, oh. So I'm like, my insurance good, vehicle's in good repair, right? No cracks in the windshield, no taillights out, don't test me. So he says, you know why I pulled you over? I said, I'd like to know. He said, your registration's expired. I was like, it's April. It don't expire till May. He said, no, it expires in January. I said, you telling me it's been expired for 5 months? He's like, yes, sir, it has. What happened in January, y'all? My birthday. It's a $25 question. So guess what? He let me go, but he gave me a little piece of paper to take with me. And then the next day, I go out to the vehicle, and it ain't where I left it. Oh, no. Our good friends at Sandy Springs Police Department decided to take it with them. So now I got tow fees. And they towed it out to BFE Cobb County. It was almost Ackworth. You know how hard it is to get to Ackworth without a car? Fine. Get some cash, because you know it's cash only. Hopefully you don't know, and I hope you never need to know. But it's cash only. So bus, train, and Lyft ride, I get up there, pay the fees. That's $650. Going. And then it's like, well, thank you for your business, sir. You may take possession of your vehicle. So I get out to the vehicle, and I do the Macarenas. Anybody doing the Macarena? I left the keys at home. So Lyft ride, train ride, bus ride, back to the house, get the keys. Bus ride, train ride, Lyft ride, back to the car, get the car. I missed everything that day. I got to pay the ticket. I had to pay for the fees. And it cost, and fun, just for fun, I mess around because I don't use that account. Bounced the rent check by $6. A $25 question ended up costing me $1,000. That's a 40 times multiple on my question. The questions you don't ask cost you money. I want to teach you to ask better questions so you have better relationships, so you have better conversations, so you hear yes more often, so you grow your business. I want you to use questions to make you money, not cost you money. My name is Bruce Hill. I'm your questions coach. Thank you for your presence and participation. It's been a pleasure to present it to you all. Yeah.
Thank you. All right, give it up for Bruce one more time.
Better questions.
All right. Y'all ready for your last and final speaker before we get to the panel? Okay. Our final speaker is an inspiring voice of resilience and healing. Khaleesi Sheree helps introverted women and children overcome depression and childhood trauma through gardening, even if they've never planted a seed before. We got any green thumbs in here? See, you'll be one after working with her. Yes. Okay. After leaving a cult and growing over 80 fruits and vegetables plus 8 fruit trees, she discovered that the journey of a seed mirrors our journey through life. Today, she teaches how gardening can heal both the body and the soul. Please welcome Khaleesi Sheree.
Hi, everybody. I have 2 questions to ask you guys. Have you ever felt like you were a mistake? Have you ever felt like you didn't matter? So, my name is Khaleesi Sheree. I help introverted women and children heal depression and childhood trauma through gardening with zero gardening experience. As an introverted gardener, with a background in cosmetology, I took personal development into my own hands to find answers to my own depression. That journey led me to grow over 80 different fruits, vegetables, planting over 8 fruit trees, and I began to understand that our life and the life of a seed were indeed familiar. So I would say, I tell people, when I woke up, I no longer had depression, and the childhood memories began to fade after I had a backyard full of food, and because I understood what was going on with the growth process. So I woke up with all of this joy, and I was in a not so great marriage at the time, and after the divorce, the courts ruled the property to be sold, so I lost the garden. So what happened with that, I began to write. And so as I began to write and share, I would experience a sense of freedom, because we were raised to what? Be silent. What goes on in the house stays in the house. So I realized I was suffering in silence. So when I began to write and share my story, I began to have a sense of freedom that I have to this day. And my first book that I wrote is called How to Find Peace in a World Full of Narcissists. Because I realized as a child growing up in a cult, in that environment, I was surrounded by this particular personality type that I had no idea, what a narcissist was. So I would have a client that met someone in my life at that time, and it was brought to her attention like, hey, come here, have you ever heard of a narcissist? And I'm like, no. And she sent me some videos. And when I watched all the videos she sent me, I just broke down crying, because literally I was surrounded by this particular personality type. So this would be my first book, and this is a powerhouse, but one of my favorite chapters is Leave, because you need to get away from that particular personality type, because they're really manipulating people, and if you don't understand how you're being manipulated, you can grow up with this sense of thinking that you're just the problem in every situation. And a lot of times it's not you. And my second book that I wrote, this was my first baby, my children's book, The Life of a Seed. So I would get heavy into companion planting when I started growing the food. And companion planting is you're finding something in the other plants and fruits and vegetables that are compatible with what you're growing. So I'm like, oh, okay, so I want to grow this corn. So I realized that beans and squash, they pair well with corn, and that's called the Three Sisters. So, the corn provides a trellis for the beans, and the squash is a barrier for the bugs trying to come up under the soil to attack the trees. And then I understood, okay, well, dill helps ward off pests coming to attack it. So I'm like, wait a minute. So I never grew corn before, but when I tried to throw some tomatoes over there with the corn, everybody was dying. Like, pests was coming everywhere. But then I'm like, oh, so they weren't compatible, because I didn't know anything about food. I just found peace in the dirt. I would go outside and be out there for hours and find so much peace, and understood, like, hold on, I need to keep passed away from these, the seedlings that had started to sprout above the dirt. And then I thought about it like, wait a minute, so I'm the gardener and I need to protect the seedlings. So when I thought about my life as a child, I wasn't protected. So you as a gardener, you're in charge of, if you have children, and even yourself, because you're a gardener at the end of the day. I'll explain that. But what I realized right then was I'm supposed to protect the seed so that it can sprout, because we have harmful pests coming this way. And then I thought about it, pests and people, they both begin with P and the E. So then I was like, oh, okay. So then when I began to understand companion planting, I understood that there were companions in the garden that they pair well together, so they naturally ward off pests that's coming to attack it. And then you have, beneficial pests that as you grow all of them together, that they provide protection and they keep away the pests. So I was like, wait a minute, I got a whole bunch of harmful people around me. So I had some incompatible companions in the garden. So that, led me to study more in depth of what goes with what will help what. And because I like to go out and I like to eat what I grew, I didn't want to be spraying all these chemicals on it. So companion planting helped me naturally ward off harmful pests and naturally, bring forth the beneficial pests so that the seedling will have a chance to thrive. And what it can give back to you, what you gave to it, meaning you have something to eat, right? So it's nourishing you, providing you with nourishment, and which will care for your body just like you were caring for it while it was going through the growth process. So when I wrote this book and I grew, my corn got up to about 10 feet tall because I understood what paired well together. I had a backyard full of food. I actually have a picture of one of my clients standing next to my corn in my backyard. So this would be my first children's book, but it was deeper than that, because after I wrote the book, I realized that I had to heal the traumatized little girl in me. So as I took care of the corn and it started to grow and I provided protection and I planted with it what naturally would benefit it, I began to understand that I wasn't protected. I didn't have the right companions around me. So it helped me heal that little traumatized little girl. So once she was healed, oh boy, here it comes. So after the courts ruled that I no longer had my garden and I began to write, I began to share, the depression faded, the childhood trauma faded, I kept writing, I kept sharing. But one of the main things that this would be my third baby, that's eating in rhythm. This is me holding my eggplant. I got some tomatoes here, but I have all of my fruits and vegetables from my garden in here. What I understood through growing food, so this one says, align with nature, embrace the seasons and the seeds. I understood, I never liked to plant out of season. So I like to eat seasonal food. I've always been into healthy eating, so gardening was a plus for me. Never grew up with a garden, didn't know nothing about farming, anything. I just found, I found happiness and joy in the dirt. So when I wrote Eating in Rhythm, I realized, wait a minute, it's some things that's being offered in the stores that are not in season, but we can eat it. So I'm like, well, I know what's in season because I know what to plant in the summer, in the winter. So I'm like, well, why is it that I can get watermelon in the wintertime, but it don't have any seeds? So we're talking about seedless eating. We're talking about hybrid food. So when I start researching heavily hybrid food, we're talking about, now even in Ecclesiasticus in the Bible, it says to everything there's a season. So I'm like, well, what if some of our health and our issues with health we're going through is because we're eating out of season? So I began to challenge myself in my garden, and I would literally go to the store and buy something that was being sold and it wasn't in season. So, and I would eat it and I would feel horrible. No energy, lethargy, inflammation, swelling, all of these things that you're popping pills for. And it's because I ate a sweet potato that it wasn't in this season, but the grocery store was selling it to me, right? I'm eating some watermelon because it's in a cup and I love it, but It wasn't in its season. And then I'm eating a bunch of seedless food, and everything is a seed. Even we started from a seed. So I'm like, wait a minute, it's something to this. And then as I continued to eat more seasonal, I mean, my health, it was skyrocketed. And I'm like, even that, my son, he was diagnosed with asthma, ADHD, and all of that. But I literally took him off of any hybrid foods, any processed foods, and he ate what what was seasonal, what was healthy, and no ADHD, no asthma, all because, and I'm researching red dye. So we giving our babies Kool-Aid, we giving our babies tropical punch. And I'm like, wait a minute. So I can just go out here and I can grab a peach tree, and I start telling my family, hey, get a peach, process it, get a baby a real peach, instead of giving it peaches that's been in a jar on a shelf for we don't know how long. So I just began to follow this journey, and I could share information. But I'm still writing today. And I can't stop writing and sharing my story. And I was all sad because of the garden. I didn't have it, but I realized that I am the garden and the knowledge is in me. So it was time to write. It was time to write. It was time to share. And it was time to serve everybody with the information that God gave me that healed me naturally. I never sat in a therapist chair talking about the depression. Anybody that has in this work for them, that is awesome. But I'm here to share that I heal naturally, understanding that the seed needs care. It needs nourishment. It needs to be protected from harmful pests coming its way. And you can surround it with beneficial pairings that will cause it to have substantial growth and multiplication, what you'll be looking for. And also, one last thing that I learned, because I have plenty of books here. I got Companion Gardening for the Soul. This is my baby. Literally, it takes you through my entire journey in the garden. I would write, just different little notes and what I was experiencing and enjoying, not knowing later on I was going to be writing a book. And I had no idea that was going to happen, but this is a powerhouse about companion planting, and then how your life or different. Oh, one other thing. So when I was growing the food and I would see weeds and things like that, because I didn't know what a weed was. I'm thinking, hey, that looks just like what I'm planting. So I left it there. But then I was noticing my seed didn't want to grow. And I was like, wait a minute, what's going on? But I realized this was a weed. And a weed chokes the seedling out. It competes with it, and it smothers them. So then when I understood what the weeds did to the seedling, I had some weeds in my life. And the only way to get rid of them, when you get to the garden, you got to snatch them up, and you got to get them out the way so whatever you plant has room to grow. And then once I did that, here comes these little bugs. I'm like, what is this? I had to research. It was an aphid. I had to realize what an aphid did to my seedling. And then when I thought about it, I said, you got to be kidding. I know somebody with those characteristics. Here comes a little black beetle on it. I'm like, well, what is this? Because I'm going out there and I'm seeing little holes on the seedling sprouting. I'm seeing that I'm going to get some fruit, but it is being attacked by different bugs. And then when I started researching each bug that was attacking it, that was trying to stun its growth, kill it, whatever, it was people in my environment that had the same characteristics as the harmful pests. And when I started finding friends of whatever I planted, everybody thrived, and that's how I got a backyard full of food. And I compared it to my life. I removed some stuff, and I had, like I tell people, when I woke up, I had a backyard full of food, no longer had depression, and I'm like, I got to share this story. I had to share it. Thank you. And again, like I said, I'm still writing, and this is 11 books later I've published, 2 coloring books, 1 adult, 1 children. But again, I am Khalees Sheree. I help introverted women and children heal depression, particularly those raised in a cult. Thank you guys for listening.
Awesome. Go ahead and give it up for Khaleesi again. Khaleesi Sheree. Beautiful, beautiful story, you guys. How y'all feeling? Good. Everybody feeling good? Good. You guys, I want to go ahead and bring your attention to these wonderful cards. If you haven't already wrote down your questions and all the above, please do that now. And I also want to give you guys a moment for anybody who's had any aha moments from any of our speakers. Right now is a time that you can speak on it or say whatever the case may be. Anybody got an aha moment? Feeling like speaking. Hey, come on up here. Listen, I was about to start a solo. Now y'all know in a minute. All right.
Okay. Hey. Hey everyone. My name is Anthony Jones, and what I do is enable men to overcome depression, trauma, and grief through becoming stronger spiritually, mentally, and emotionally. And I wrote a book, How to Forgive God, along with the BPC system. I'm a BPC member of 2 years.
BPC in the house.
Right. Okay. All right. My aha moment was I also was went through a divorce. I went through a relationship that didn't serve me anymore, and I'm so glad that I was able to get the weeds out of my life.
Hello.
All right. That's it.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I know that's right. Oh, thank you. Thank you so much. Love that. Get them weeds out of your garden. I love that. Anybody else have any aha moments from any other the speeches that we had? Any other speakers? Come on up here. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Tammy Renee, and I help introverts and creative entrepreneurs build their business and create a lifestyle so that their business moves with them anywhere in the world. My aha moment is the questions you ask may cost you money. I really love that one. As a person who doesn't really understand how to ask questions myself, thinking about all that money that I left on the table.
Hello, what a word. Yeah, give it up. Any other last aha moments before we get our panel up here? Going once, going twice. And it's sold. All right. I'm going to go ahead and have Miss Taria Vision Avant come back up here. Go ahead and give her some love.
Yay! All right, darling. Thank you very much.
You have all the things.
Yes, I've got the things. I think we're good. I might need you, but if I do, I'll let you know. Okay, if you have questions, pass your questions on up to the front. We're going to bring these two chairs over here. And let me give these as well. This is in the order if you want to come up here and grab whatever you got. So we got your t-shirt or books. So Wanda, you got yours first. So Wanda got a book and a t-shirt. Let's give it up for Wanda. So grab we have large, extra large, and small. That's the only size we got. And then you can pick whichever book you want. Tammy Renee, you're second up. Come on up here, get your shirt. Anthony, come on up here and get your shirt. And then, is it Ibahi? I said it right? Okay, let's give it up for Ibahi. She got a book. And also, guys, you still have time to grab it, so make sure you grab it. And we're going to tell you a little bit about the special as well. And then don't forget, we also are giving you guys a free book today. For those who are registered, okay? So you have to be registered. So let's have Khaleesi, Sheree, and then, of course, Bruce come on up here. And then I am going to stand up beside y'all. Yes. And pass up. Do we have all the questions?
I have all the questions.
She's organizing.
I'm organizing them by name.
Okay, perfecto. Gracias.
Very good.
And then I'm going to have Tammy.
There you go.
I'll let you know thank you, darling. I'll let you know as they come in. Also, for everybody who came on time, you received this hotel voucher. Now, you have 30 days to activate it. It gives you $300 credit towards anything. So if your rooms, if they've got food, all types of stuff, and over, what I think it's over 1 million locations or something like that. It's a lot. So it's a lot of locations that you get to use this, but you have 30 days to activate it. Okay, guys? All right. Also, please, y'all, The link, if you're online as well, so all of those who are online as well, you can also go to the popupworkshop.com/special, and we will, hold on, set my alarm for 45 minutes. So we will also tell you guys about what the offer looks like and how you can be involved, okay? All right, well, let's go ahead and get into these questions. I am going to allow Khaleesi to start off, and so she's going to answer the first question. And again, if you guys end up with more questions that you want to ask, please don't hesitate. Write it on the paper, pass it up. Even if we cannot answer it today, they'll still be following up with you guys. All right, Khaleesi.
Okay, my first question is, how long did it take you to get out of depression to grow your journey to being an author and a coach? So the 7 years of planting and realizing when I say I woke up and I no longer had depression, I knew that definitely I had to get out of the relationship that I was in because I could literally see who was playing what role. So immediately when I left out of that relationship, I want to say 3 months, I started to write. I started to write, and I just had a sense of freedom, and I couldn't explain it. So I would say about 3 months, because I was thinking I don't have the garden anymore. But when I began to write about what happened in the garden, what I was going through and what it showed me with who was what, it didn't take long at all. I was doing jumping jacks and wanted to run around Stone Mountain.
All right, Bruce. Thank you very much.
Please give an example of using a better question to gain better clients. So there's a whole workshop we do on what does a better question mean. But one thing I can teach everyone today that you can use today is to listen. Listening is the most important part of asking a question. A lot of times, we all do it. This is what you about to do after this. Get something to eat? Okay. What's the weather like outside? Is it raining? And we'll ask questions and answer them in the same breath. Not even the same sentence, the same breath. What I found, and this is where I have really great success with any introverts I train. Love introverts. Shout out to the introverts, y'all. Online, shout out to y'all. Is they stop talking long enough to listen. And that makes it a much better question. So there's a list of questions. If you grab a copy of the book, and there's some that we said during the talk, none of them are any good to you if you don't listen to the answer.
That's good. All right. Awesome. Thank you very much. Yes, and you guys are welcome to clap. All right. So the question that I got is, okay, very good. So this is actually a really good question with how do you stay committed to, writing a new book? How do you stay committed to writing a new book? So let me ask you a question. For everybody here that is an entrepreneur, do you believe that your product and or service is truly going to help change somebody's life? Raise your hand. So a lot of times, and this is for anything, so it's not just with books. Like when I was a leader in network marketing, a lot of people just ask, how did you get to Diamond? Because it was one of the top levels. When people ask, how did you build a business that did $500,000 in sales? To be able to be in that space, that puts you at a very small percentile of entrepreneurs. I mean, doggone it, can we just be transparent? How did you do a business where you talked to at least 30 people last month? It doesn't matter what the goal is, but this is what I will tell you. What keeps me going is always visualizing the person's life that I'm going to change. And I know this may sound crazy, but I am to the point where, how many of y'all ever had a bad day?
Just one?
Everybody. You ever have one of them days where you're like, why am I even doing this? I'm ready to give up. I'm tired. Even to the point where you feel so overwhelmed where you're like, life is just lifing too much. I can't do this no more. Yo, that was me just a couple of days ago. Literally, like, honestly, and it's not even just because of the fact that I lost a friend. There are so many different things that you deal with, no matter what level of success, that you sometimes just get so overwhelmed. I put a post. I don't know if y'all saw it. I said, I'm done with coaching.
Yeah.
It is not easy being a coach. Anybody that wants to get into this coaching industry, because you will sit down with someone for hours and hours and hours, and they will go off and do opposite of what you told them to do. And you'd be like that. So regardless of whatever it is that you decide to do, when I have those days, I then have to literally sit my bootay down and visualize me doing what I do, changing someone's life. If it means as small as doing a whole acting out of them coming to me and telling me your life has, like you being a part of my life has changed my life. And so you always have to think beyond the actual work of it. Getting a book done, you'll get it done because you know for a fact when someone reads it, their life is changed. Doing your business, when I teach the Book Profits Club members, I say you got to message 30 people a day. You'll do it because you know the one person out of all the 900 people in a month that you message and said, because you slid up in my DMs, my life has now changed. It's going to encourage you to keep going. But if you don't start seeing it with your vision eye, not your physical eye, God gave us vision. You've got to start seeing it before it ever becomes a thing. We always want something to happen in front of us. But sometimes those things that are going to happen before it ever even developed. And you cannot put a time limit on it. We are so busy in this social media. And the unfortunate thing, and I'm going to tell you, when I first got into this coaching space in 2015, yes, we had Instagram, sort of, kind of, and Facebook, sort of, kind of, but we weren't using it the way we use it today to build business. So it wasn't as difficult for me to look at someone who popped up out of nowhere doing what I do, and they're now all of a sudden killing it. And you like, what the hell? And so you're looking left and you're looking right and you're saying, God, but what about me? When is it going to be my time? See, I don't go and look to see what other people who are in my space, what they're doing. I know they're there. And then I say, okay, this seems like a great stand-up person. I want to partner with them. But what I have to learn how to do is focus on Taria. If God has called me to impact just one person, I'm going to write the book. If God has called me to impact one person, I'm going to do the workshop. Can I tell y'all? I built a 6-figure coaching business doing workshops just like this with 2 people in a workshop. And I'm talking to them like it's 500 people in the room. I'm just looking around. They like, who is she looking at? I'm practicing. I did a workshop one time at a library with this one female showed up that she had come to every one of my events and never signed up. But I kept doing it. And I know she won't sign up then. She even gonna tell me, girl, I wrote my whole book coming to your workshops. Was you gonna give me some money? Buy a book? But when you know that what you're gonna do with your book is gonna truly change a life, you're not gonna allow circumstances to determine the actions that you take. You're gonna just do it. And so I wanna challenge you guys, seriously. When you go home today, I want you to just get into a space and close your eyes and visualizing the person that said, I was ready to give up until I saw you. You gotta be that serious because this is not easy. It is not easy to get up every single day in a world where people are just killing people for nonsense and you out here trying to change lives and you see they just killing people. Why am I even doing what I'm doing? Does that make sense? Why am I write the book? They out here just killing people because they just showed up. And so you really have to visualize. I know that may sound crazy, but now we got technology too that can help you write a book in days. In fact, tonight, everybody say tonight. I'm going to be emailing you guys a link so you can join me because I have even more. It's called Bam Fam, book a meeting from a meeting. You're going to always get meetings with me, right? But for anybody, how many of you guys know that it's something you're supposed to have been done and you know for a fact it's going to change lives? Raise your hand. It's something that you're supposed to do. And you know it's going to change lives, and you're supposed to have did it, but you ain't yet did it.
Oh, no, I did.
Raise your hand. I got another one. Got another one. Now get focused on one. No, not another one. Okay, let's another trainer too. We can't be all over the place trying to do 10 different things, right? And that's another challenge. God gave us so many talents. You know, the story of the talents too. You know, I was talking about this the other day in the Bible. I was, there's a story where God gave some talents to some people, right? And what's the number, y'all? It was 1. It was 2. It was 2 and 5. 1, 2, and 5, right? 1, 2, and 5. It's funny to me, though, that we never even identify in the story, though, well, what skill set did they have to bring back the duplication and the talent? All of us in here have a specific skill set, and the talent is the prophet, yes? So many of us, we going out here we'll look at that Bible story and say 1, 2, and 5. Let me go use my 5 talents in 5 different businesses. No, 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 no. We're going to use it as profit. Let me use my skill set to bring back a duplication of those talents. Does that make sense? Because in another story, it talks about it in the space of money. This is mentioned in the Bible twice, that story, 1, 2, and 5. It actually is. It's 2 different stories, and it talks about it in a different way. And so I want you guys to think about it like this. Everything that we've ever been through in life, there's a specific thing that you've overcome. If you learn how to take that specific thing that you've overcome and then create multiple ways of how to get it out there, one result, that is how you build multiple streams of income. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times what we do is we say, well, I'm gifted in so many different areas. And then we end up dividing our energies, dividing our time, and we overworked and underpaid. When I decided to cut loose, everybody say cut loose, of trying to do all these different things for all these different people, I was able to have more time and more income at the end of my time. Yes, yes? Yes. All right, next question.
Okay, I love all 3 of these questions, but these last 2 really cool. Can you hand me my book, Becoming a Garden's Keeper, my biography? Becoming, it's the front, me on the cover. Becoming a Garden's Keeper. Yes. Yeah.
This one?
No.
Oh.
Yeah. There you go.
Oh, it's hidden.
Okay, I'm going to answer this question. My second question is, how long do you think it took for you to reach a space of being healed once you started your healing journey? So whoever wrote this, I'm still healing. It's almost like I know an onion is not good to use for an example, but I'm using it because of how much you have to peel off to get to what you're trying to get to cook with. So I had multiple layers of trauma even before getting into narcissistic relationships. We're talking about, I was in a cult. I was raised in a cult for 35 years. I was only 9 years old. I've only been out of the cult for 9 years. So I was 35 years in a cult that constantly pushed end of the world countdown. So it caused me to have anxiety. So we're talking about, I had to heal from anxiety, depression, and then I was abused as a child because of how I was brought into the world through adultery. So I was abused by a lot of adults because my entry here wasn't what they considered, the good way to come into existence, so to speak. But I finally exhaled when I published my biography. I never thought I would tell my story because I was taught to be silent. And I didn't realize until I spoke about it, that's when I found freedom. I felt like the movie, like I exhaled. So it was like I was waiting to exhale and walked around with my breath held my entire life. But the minute that I was able to breathe and let go and finally put this out here, I know it's some upset individuals, but this is my story. But when I tell you, first of all, I told you I ran around Stone Mountain when I finally got out of some narcissistic relationships. But when I told my truth, and then to tell it and to know so many other people were suffering in silence, they were from abusive backgrounds and just contacting me, and I can help them because their first thing they want to know, you didn't jump off a bridge after I read your book? You're still here? You didn't kill yourself? Oh, I thought about it several times. So I could relate to the young lady that is contemplating suicide because of the trauma that she experienced at the hands of adults that were supposed to love her. So that's what I finally exhaled with telling my story. But I'm still healing. And but when I think about what that seed needed in order for me to get that big butternut squash, that eggplant or that tomato, and I know what I did to it, and it turned around and gave me what I needed, then I just think about when I took care of that seed and I learned to take care of me. And that's that answer to that. And I hope that answered that. I'm not sure who wrote it.
This is right on time on perseverance. How long would you say a person should keep pursuing their dream to be an entrepreneur before pivoting? So here's a very simple
Forever.
answer.
No.
That's half of it. That's half of it. So I want you to be very quick to quit what you're doing if it's not working, and very slow to change where you're going. That's the difference. My goal is not to become a billionaire just to say I have $1 billion. My goal, I truly believe that one new skill will change your life. And I know if I help you grow, I help everything in your life grow. So my vision is to change the minds that change the lives that change the world. It's been a journey. It's been an adventure. It has not been a straight line. So what I'm doing has changed. This is my 10th business. Did I ever tell you that?
No, you did not.
I've failed more times than some people have tried. But
Ooh.
that's why I'm so confident when I coach you. I tell you, hey, don't do it that way. I tried it. It don't work too well. Do it this way. I tried it. I know it works really well. And where we hide those failures, those are the lessons that help me become more successful. And that's why I'm confident to help you become more successful. So the first business I had is not today's business. I quit. Sometimes, like Taria, we got shiny object syndrome. We go chasing every fad or popular event. But sometimes I realized it wasn't working. And that's where coach comes in to help speed up that learning process, where you might be trying 5 things, you just need to be doing 1. Well, which one? The last part of that is no matter what you end up doing, you're gonna grow. And so you never start over, you start from experience.
Yes. Amen.
So change what you're doing, but don't change where you're going.
I love that. All right, let's go ahead. Portia, where you at? There she is. Come on, Portia, come get you a ticket. She got her a book, so you're going to come up here and grab your book. Also, Wanda D. Hollis, she got her Profits Planner as well as her book of choice. And then we also have, here you go, love. Y'all got y'all tickets too, right? Everybody. Oh, y'all didn't get a ticket? Where I put the ticket at? I did. Remember I got your name and I gave it to you?
It's in your left hand.
Is it right in? No, she just got her ticket. But no, I had given it to them when I said their name. I thought I did. Thank you. Yeah, but where, huh? Oh, okay. But yeah, no, I had put y'all names on the ticket. I didn't give it to y'all. So nobody else got their ticket? You got your ticket. Okay, you got your ticket. Okay. Yeah, I had gave y'all the ticket. Here you go. 2. I gave you the ticket because I wrote y'all names on y'all ticket. So, yeah. Oh, here you go. Here's another one. Oh, and then you also get with the Profits Planner. If you need another one, we'll make sure you get you. And then also, Wanda's getting with the Profits Planner. She's got this beautiful pen that has a scripture on it. And this one says, everything is possible for one who believes. Mark 6:23. So, yes, darling. Yes, darling. You're welcome. And then we also have Kawana. Come on, Kawana. She got a book of choice. Let's go. Come on, y'all. Give it out to the action takers. Yes. Yes, honey. Okay. And then just make sure when you guys are done at the end, if you want them to be signed, and don't forget everybody say everybody. Everybody is getting a copy of the book Flip, How to Turn an Event into a 6-figure event. Y'all excited about that? Yes. That's for coming. Now you have to be registered. Now, how many of y'all got the text message or the email with the picture says, show this picture? Y'all got it? Some of y'all be unsubscribing for my stuff. So, she said that would be me. Well, check your email too, because you should have got an email as well that says, oh, you know what? You might not have gotten it yet. Let me send it right now. I'm going to send it right now. Because this is how, because I'm not about to give y'all my book and y'all then unsubscribed. What? I paid for that book. Okay. So, huh? That's okay. Y'all don't say nothing when she email you 20 million times a day.
Nah, she ain't.
So we're not going to do me. Okay. Yes, honey. At least I'm trying to help you get a bag. They trying to get you to spend a bag. Yes, yes. Okay, so hold on one sec. Let me pull it up. So everybody, if you are registered, now those of you guys online, that's why you got to get here to the physical event, everybody. You got to get here to the physical events. 256 people. Okay. All right, so let's get into the, yes, flip, flip, flip. All right, so let me get to my question. All right. And then we're going to go over with you guys what the offer is. But everybody say, what's the offer?
What's the offer?
Now, by a show of hands, how many of you guys actually have a coach? If you have a coach, raise your hand. I'm going to be honest, y'all. And this is the definition of a coach. They're not a cheerleader.
Not a good one.
You should never agree with your coach. I know that may sound confusing, but if you agreed, you wouldn't need them. The reason why a coach is there for you is to take you beyond where you currently are. So if you already were where you're going to be, the way in your thought process, you wouldn't need that person to take you to that next level. Correct? Yes, yes? So you need to have someone that can help you. Another thing about a good coach, because there's coaches that will take your money regardless of what it is that you need help with. And so a lot of times what people will do is they see a person's life and they say, can you coach me? But just because they have the life doesn't mean they know how to coach you and teach you how to be able to grow your business in the space that you're in. Does that make sense? Yeah. And there's also different coaches for different things. This is why with the Profits Planner, you're going to learn how to be able to identify areas in your life that you need to focus on. Let's say next month you got a big anniversary and you know that you need to work on the relationship. And you then identify, okay, I'm going to work on some things for next month for my relationship, but I have no idea what I want to do. When you don't know the game plan, that's when you hire a what? Coach. A coach is designed to help you to get from A to B, a specific goal. And so I just want to challenge you guys because I coach people who really don't want coaching. They want cheerleading. Not everybody. A lot of people follow the coaching, but there have been times where I will coach someone and they say, well, wait a minute, but I'm doing the right thing. Well, the reason why you have them is so that they can challenge what you're currently doing. And you ain't going to always love them either. Anybody ever seen a top winning football coach that people say, oh my God, he is just the nicest person in the whole world? No. They be some of the most meanest. Yeah. And so I just want to challenge you guys to get yourself in an environment with someone who has the results of what you're looking to obtain in that area that is going to stretch you. And another thing, it is your responsibility to be in touch with your coach. Does that make sense? So we'll sign into these coaching programs and we're like, well, I'm just waiting on my coach. Your coach out there probably busy building business. So I'm trying to teach you guys how to be coached. You should be following up. If you have that kind of access to a coach, then you should probably be in touch with your coach as much as you want money coming in. How often you want money coming into your bank account?
Every day.
Okay, when's the last time you reached out to your coach? Oh, come on now. Right, 2? Okay. Right, does that make sense? Yes or yes? Well, don't get you a whole lot of coaches. Get you one for different. Okay, all right. Okay, yes, ma'am. I feel you. Yeah, you see what and I want y'all to understand you may have multiple coaches for specific results that you're looking to obtain. But I'm going to tell you, it's these coaches out here. You say, how much is your program? They say $20,000. And you sign up and you realize you need none of what they offer. And they don't care. They're going to just sign you up. Please. All right. Okay. Y'all know I can't help it. I be ADHD in it all the day. Oh, we still got time. Okay. Being the CEO, we got some questions online too, y'all. Shout out to the online crew. What's going on? I'm going to answer these questions by the Kim Martin. Being the CEO of BPC, how has your journey through networking, BPC to be able to help create the programs and coach other authors to succeed? I'm not sure I fully understand the question, but I'm going to try to interpret it. Is that cool? So, yeah. What y'all want to know the journey?
at church, y'all.
Because I want to make sure I give you what you're asking. Who asked the question? Okay, what do you want? Because Wanda knows me from back in the day when we used to be at networking events. Yes. And then to where I am now. How did I get to this journey? Got you. Very good question. That's a good question. Okay, so when I moved here to Atlanta back in 2006, 7, I moved here, of course, with y'all don't know, I moved here with the intention of growing my television show. I used to have a TV show in Virginia called The Circuit TV, and I also learned how to do websites on my own. So I was going to build my website empire and grow this TV show, okay? Child, no. So what happened was I would be at networking events, and that's how Wanda and I met each other years ago. I would come to all these networking events, but I'm an introvert. Is there any introverts here too? I used to hate networking events. I ain't even gonna lie. I'd be like, this is so fake and fugazi. They'd be like, so what do you do? We want you to hurry up to shut up so they can tell you what they do and try to sell you their product, right? And so I don't like going to stuff like that where it's fake. You know, you'd be like, so how you doing? What do you do? Okay, but guess what? I got this product. Like, it don't even make sense. We both trying to sell products. So I didn't like doing networking events, right? So guess what I did? Everybody say what? Instead of complaining, I created a solution. In fact, my sister is here. It's so funny because she was a part of that. We used to do these lunch and learns. So I started doing, anybody ever heard of meetup.com? Yeah. Okay, so Meetup was my site, baby. And I would create, the lunch and learns weren't weekly. They might have been bi-monthly, right? I started doing these bi-monthly lunch and learns at a restaurant, is like a brunch spot. And because I realized that the person who has the mic the longest controls the room. So instead of me complaining about, I'm tired of these fake card exchange, let me create an environment where I can control the room. Yes, yes? So we do a lunch and learn, and we would do it where we go around the tables, everybody get to introduce themselves because we still want people to get exposure. And then I would create a topic on what I'm going to train on for that week. Today, we're going to talk about social media. Today, we're going to talk about following up. Today, we're going to talk about coffee. And I would use these lunch and learns as a way to recruit people into my multi-level marketing business by creating those environments. But from there, everybody say, what you do next? When I wrote my book and I realized that, okay, there's a thing here with this book. I want to get into coaching. At first, I thought I was going to be using my book to grow my MLM. Let me tell y'all the tea. Y'all want to know the tea? The tea is when I wrote my book, they had a leadership meeting where they tried to call a sister out. It was all the diamonds and above. I was in Houston, Texas. We had to fly to Houston. And we flew to Houston, and so it's like a room of 200 of the top leaders of the company, including myself truly. One of the only black females, there's only 3 black females to ever hit the position that I was in or above. I don't even think they was there. I might have been the only black single female in the room. So I had just come out with this book, and they was all, and I already knew what time it was. I came out with the book. And everybody's like, oh my God, congratulations. You bought a copy of the book. I want to buy a copy. I already knew what time it was. I said, no, I ain't bring no copies. So we get into the meeting. So we have diamonds writing books. And look, Anthony, no, I ain't no punk. So I said, you talk about me? Because I'm the only one in here who wrote a book. This is right. He comes about, well, I didn't know you wrote a book. So at that moment, I realized the ignorance of understanding the power behind having the right book. And that's when I decided to go into the coaching industry. I was literally outcast in front of all the top leaders. Imagine how embarrassing that is. A company where I would be in multiple states in 1 month traveling. I would be in New York to Virginia, to North Carolina, to Trinidad and Tobago, to back to Maryland, all over in 1 month. And he gonna call me out in front of everybody. I was like, oh no. So I wrote the book with the goal of showing people how to grow. So anyway, so I went from doing the lunch and learns, y'all, to doing workshops. Who really want to make 6 figures or more? Raise your hand. And it might be 6 figures a month or to 6 figures a year. The formula is still the same. I'm gonna be honest, y'all. I have been so busy helping to grow BPC that I haven't even had enough time to really focus on what I used to do when I first got started. But I'm about to get back to it. Okay, because it's time to cross the 7-figure threshold as a coach. I've been doing this long enough, right? So when I first got started, I was using the library. You know why? Because it's FR to the EE. This ain't free, by the way. To have Carlos here every week, y'all think Carlos work for free? No, he is paid. Okay? To have this event space, y'all think that TV was free? No, that costs money, right? So it costs money to do these events, but I started out with the library. And once a week, I was DMing people, hey, what you doing Saturday? What you doing Saturday? Who got a DM? Anybody get a DM here? Some of you, look, you speaking and you got a DM. She a part of BPC, she got a DM. I'm sliding in the DMs every single week. When I tell you guys 30 DMs a day, that's all I did. Social media post, we be trying to be influencers and all this carrying on. You know how many influencers ain't got no money? If anything, now TikTok's another conversation. They over there getting it. That's why I'm about to be on TikTok. But I was literally doing a workshop a week. Whether it was one person showing up, 5 people, 10 or 20. I didn't care. I didn't care. I'm going to give you the same energy. Miss Ma'am that kept showing up, I gave her the same energy as if this was her first time. And the workshop was always the same. I never changed it. We're always like, oh, well, Tari, I talked to a couple people, Every week I was doing workshops. There would be sometimes nobody would show. Okay, that means let me go ahead and go through my list and start calling some people. And then also, every week, everybody say every week? Every week. I was doing sales calls. Come on, Bruce. Come on, 5 a week. Every week. I was doing 4 to 6 minimum, but at max on many days, I was doing 3 to 4 a day. People like, how do you build a 6-figure sales calls? If who got some emails and phone numbers in their database, right? You should be calling them up. Hey, John, real quick, what you got going on? You got 10 minutes? Okay, well, listen, I wanted to talk to you. I got this program, and I wanted to see if it might be a good fit. Have you ever thought about, I don't care, y'all. Pick up the phones. We be afraid to do a sales call. And people be bragging, I got a list of 10,000. When the last time you talked to one of them? They ain't talking to not nail one person. Y'all be talking about me, talking about you be sending out 4 or 5 emails a day and right? You're not going to forget about me, right? Hello. So eventually she going to be like, girl, come on now. How much is the program? Right. It just really works like that, right? So the journey has been a journey. And the final thing I'm going to say to this is, in the process of the journey, I've adjusted to Wanda. So I'm going to tell you, when I first got started, I was like, y'all know I'm still not a big advocate for Amazon. I'm never going to tell y'all to be selling on Amazon because it's the machine taken from the little people, period. We don't do that, okay? And if y'all want to know about that, I might talk about it tonight. But I was also saying, like, stop focusing on all these things, this, and recognition and all of that, and focus, let's get to the money. But what I realize is that the marketplace, and I know y'all may think this sounds crazy, most people do not want to make money. You want to know how I know? You want to know how I know? Because if I tell you how to do 2 to 4 hours worth of work every single day and stay consistent for 90 days, you're going to make money. People don't do it, but as soon as I say, who want to get on a billboard for a couple $100? Oh, I want the recognition. There's nothing wrong with it because recognition gets recognized. But what I also learned is that what the marketplace wants is to look the part. Yeah. At the same time, but what they need is to profit. So how can I create opportunities where the marketplace gets what they want, but at the same time, they get what they need? Because if I can get you on a billboard that connects to the right hook item capture page and you start getting some leads and making profits, we both win. So my business has tweaked in the marketing. The product has never shifted, but how I promote what I do has shifted because most people don't care about some of the stuff that I thought was so important. And then guess what? My actions today are still the same. Now, while I don't have to send out 30 DMs myself, because now I have staff who assist me. When I first started, it was me. When I first started doing sales calls, it was me. When I first started setting up, y'all see, I still like to set up my workshop because a lot of people, y'all not going to touch my camera. Maybe Carlos can because he got one of them, but them cameras ain't cheap, right, Carlos? They're not cheap. right? So no, you can't help me set up. No thanks. I got it, right? But there's certain things that I'm now able to allocate to have other people. So does that help a little bit? Y'all need to be doing these workshops. One or two people show, be grateful. That could be one or two people's lives you just changed. It start with one. Sales calls. I need y'all to go home today. Who got a list? Y'all all said y'all did. Okay, then go through your software and start calling them. I don't got a software. You know, we'll make up all kind of reasons. Okay, we'll call them from your phone. Yeah. You got a phone. We all got a phone. I don't know what to say. I don't care. Just make it up. ChatGPT will give you. In fact, we actually give all of our members an entire sales script. You can literally copy that and go on ChatGPT and say, listen, can you make a script for my business based on this is who I serve and this is what I help them with, create a script. And now you just start calling people. You cannot say that you're not getting to the bag if you're not doing the work to get to it. That's the journey. I'm sorry. I know I'll be a little long-winded, but okay, here's some questions for y'all in the chat. Y'all ready?
Oh, let's go.
Oh, they said they can't hear me. Ooh. Uh-oh. Okay, well, we're going to ask these questions. Right, you got to be in the room. Khalees said, have you helped children start gardens, and then what do they grow most often?
That is actually next on my list. That's an amazing question, and I cannot wait till that program actually begins because I love children. So that's coming. Stay tuned.
Hey. Grow most often.
That is
Child, that's somebody from, they tell them in the chat, y'all. That's your, whoever device, and you need to turn the volume up. Yeah, that's your Android. Yeah, I got them droids. Huh?
Watch out when the Android talking.
Y'all in them green bubbles. Mess up the group chat. No. Okay, Bruce. Okay, so she says it's on the way. Everybody say it's on the way. It's on the way. I would love it. Khalees, I can see Khalees doing it. Hey, let's do a green thumb workshop. Everybody would come. Who knew that when you grow certain fruits and stuff, if it's out of season, y'all go get them watermelons. Y'all want them year-round watermelons, but if they out of season, they ain't got no seeds, and you wonder why you feeling sick. Because it was made in a lab. But it was out of season. That is good. That was good. We need to, I don't know nothing about, and then you talking about when you do a little procedure, then you got your corn growing all the way up. We don't know what we doing. We out here trying to be, grow fruits and vegetables. We need a workshop. Right, we just buy the seeds and put it in some dirt. So who need a workshop? Who need Khalees to do a workshop? Come on now. Okay, we ready. All right, that green thumb workshop. Yes. Okay, Bruce, what's the number one question you ask clients to get the initial meeting?
Oh,
yes.
This is one of my favorite questions. If I can help you accomplish X, Y, or Z, does it make sense for us to talk? I use this over and over again. So one of the workshops I'm testing is for real estate professionals. And so I'll call up brokers and I'll say, hey, if I can help your agent sell just one more house this year, would you hang up on me? Nobody's gonna tell me no. And let's see, I do one for event planners and conference directors. I'll say, hey, if I can make it easier for you to find and choose a great speaker for your events, does it make sense for us to talk? They're gonna tell me yes. And then I did, insurance agents. If I can help your insurance agents hear yes more often than just our training, like, can we have a conversation? What people get wrong about selling, and this is where they struggle, is they try to take for people what they want instead of giving them what they want and need. So if you say, hey, someone raises their hand and say, man, I really love good action movies. And you say, well, hey, I've got a ticket to an action movie. Do you want it? That's a different conversation than trying to convince someone like, hey, you really want to buy my thingamabob, whatchamacallit?
That they were not looking for.
That they weren't looking for.
They don't know what a thingamabob, whatchamacallit.
So that's the number one question I ask to book a meeting. Say, hey, if I can help you accomplish this, we open to a conversation. And they'll say yes, no, or ignore you. That's not your job to answer for them. It's just your job to ask them.
Okay, let me add this on top of that, because I think this is also very important. When we talk about when it comes to actually getting that sales call and getting on the phone with someone And you know, I'm always talking about niches get riches.
Absolutely.
Why is it very important to have a specific understanding, or can you, here we go, I'll do it differently. Give us examples of when you see people that think that they're addressing a person's problem, but it's very general versus a very specific problem and a specific solution. Because we get a lot of generalists and we want to be able to be specifics. Does that make sense, y'all? Is that a good question, y'all? Okay. Okay.
This is where it's so powerful to have one. Remember the question I taught y'all earlier, who can I serve with excellence? Because I can talk to them, and even if I've never met them, they're listening to the message, they're reading the email, they're looking at the post like, wow, that's exactly what happens. So I do a training called Turning Conversations to Clients. And the ad copy for it says, hey, you're on a call with your dream client, and a 15-minute discovery call turns into a 45-minute coaching call, and it doesn't turn into a client.
Ooh.
I got to do that one again, actually, because
There's a lot of people that do
they're
that.
like, man, that happened to me today. One of my favorite, shout out to Prima Business Agency. They had done a conference. They got 17 leads. And this is a 5-figure offer, so 17 leads, like we talking.
All you need is a couple.
12 of them didn't show up, and the other 5 of them didn't sign up. They said, oh, we'll call you back. So she works with us, and this is coming around to answer your question. She works with my firm, and we realized we just weren't asking the right questions. And so we started asking questions about their situation, and the response was all the same. It's like, wow, it's like you read my mind. That's where being in a niche helps you talk directly to the right person. So then guess what? She only had 6 calls that next week. 5 of them signed up. And it was her highest grossing week. That week outgrossed her highest month in her history of her business. I didn't have to install any software. We didn't have to take 90 days. It was just about asking the better questions. I can't ask those questions if I don't know you. So I'll give you one more example. When I talk to event planners or directors, I'll tell them, I don't even ask them anymore. I say, hey, listen, right now, you're choosing speakers from your network. Maybe they spoke last year, or they were recommended from someone. And that's about it. Does that sound about right? Yeah, that's exactly what we do. I say, well, listen, if I can help you, same thing I just taught you, find new speakers, but take out the guesswork. Are you interested in learning how we do that? I say, yeah, let's do it. So last week I scheduled 2 appointments from that conversation. If you say, hey, if I can help you make some more money, you want to talk? They're like, I don't know. You selling me, what are you selling? Bitcoin? What do you want?
It's
they
not
don't know.
specific.
It's
Right.
not specific. So when you're specific, they understand specifically who it's for. They say, they're talking to me. They know specifically what they're going to get, right? Telling the real estate agent, you're going to sell 1 more home in 1 hour, right? They know specifically what they need to do. You need to hop on a call. When you make the decision to work with you easy, you're going to hear yes more often.
Mm-hmm. That's good.
That's a great question. Thank you.
Absolutely. And, you know, I know a lot of times it's scary to niche it down. Well, I can help all people in the world. Well, so can a brain surgeon. But he makes more money because he operates just on the brain. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And then also when you go to, so imagine this too, because this is what we be doing in business, right? So imagine, Bruce, we go, and Khalees said, we sit down in front of the doctor and our knee is hurting us really bad. Anybody ever, the other day, y'all, you know, when you get over a certain age, child, you turn too quick. My knee went out. My knee did something weird. I was like, God, Lord, right? So the whole day. So imagine I go sit down and I'm talking to the knee doctor. Because, you know, they have doctors for specific areas. Knees, elbows, or something, right? So I'm sitting there, I'm talking to the knee doctor, and I'm telling the doc, my knee is hurting me. Now, what's the problem, y'all? My knee's hurting me. Is there other areas in my body that might need a little help too? Maybe. But I'm not there to talk about all things in my body. I'm there to talk about what? My knee. And so imagine I'm sitting down with the knee doctor, and I'm telling doc, my knee hurt, I need help. And he say, well, you know, okay, well, what we're going to do is we're going to do whatever procedure. But I also, you know, if you see on my wall, I do a little plastic surgery too.
Oh, Lord.
I can do it. You want me to slim that nose out a little bit? I can work on your nose. And then also, you see here on my wall, I do a little massage therapy too. I hit you up with a couple massages too while you're knocked out. And if you see here on my wall, I do a little real estate. Do you need to buy a house? What y'all gonna say to the need doc?
Bye.
But this is what we do. I'm gonna sell real estate, do massages. I'm also gonna work on the knees and do a little hair. One thing. And so when we are even identifying who we serve, all of us, there's somebody right now looking at you that's looking at you and comparing themselves to you. We always trying to figure out who we want to serve. It's basically you. The person that you serve until you start getting receipts, because then when you start getting receipts, everybody shows up. But when you're first identifying who you serve, look at yourself, because that's going to be the person who relates to you the most. Pick one area. I did a video the other day about the YNs, and YNs is just a terminology. I don't run around saying it, but everybody knows it. I say, here's why YNs are dating older women. Oh, honey, controversy. But because I know that I have more older women who follow me, they related. Does that make sense? Y'all thought that post was about me just being random and being ratchet or ghetto or one to cause controversy. No, because I know who follows me. But don't I have men a part of BPC? Don't I have people who maybe are the same age date? I have same-sex marriages. I have opposite sex. All of that, but that's only after, if I say after, I got the receipts.
So let me ask you this, because there's someone that's like, well, if I niche down too far, my business is gonna be small. Can you talk about you're not limiting yourself?
Absolutely not. The more niche you become. Now there's certain scenarios, right? For example, it was something I was talking to someone the other day. Oh, it was a woman I did a call with. She was albino. And so we did some research to find out how many Americans actually end up being an albino in a school, because she wanted to work with kids. Now that would kind of isolate her because it's not a lot of kids that are albino in schools. But on top of kids, but being an albino, there's an immediate problem that she probably dealt with coming up as a child. Anybody want to guess some of the challenges? Bullying, maybe not feeling comfortable in her skin, not loving her hair, her skin color. How many kids today, regardless if they're albino or not, probably have skin challenges?
That's good.
And so instead of saying albino, she might work with kids who have a little bit of self-doubt because they've been picked on because of how they look.
That's good.
Does that make sense? So now we're niching it to a specific audience. Now, when you're working with kids, that's your client, but your customer is the parent or the school. That's another conversation. Okay, Khalees says, somebody was saying something too real quick about seeds. And then we're about to be wrapping up. We're going to show y'all. We're almost done. She was saying that her doctor told her that she needed to have seedless fruit.
Really?
Her neuro doctor. What's your thoughts about seedless fruit? That was not a question. She made a statement, but with you being in the plant space, what are your ideas behind a seedless fruit?
I'm not a doctor.
I know you're not. She's not a doctor, but just based on experience.
That's very interesting. I would say just based on my experience, everything starts with the seed. So even, when you eat the watermelon, the vitamins are in the seed. So I actually eat the seeds. So that's interesting that a doctor would tell her that, but I don't do the seedless.
Right. So I just because I thought it was important to bring up. I'm not doing nothing that's seedless. And yes, everything in life that grows, it starts off with a seed.
From the beginning.
From the beginning, a mustard seed of faith.
A mustard seed.
Huh?
Everything.
Raspberries have the seeds. So just be careful.
Fruit without the seed?
Right. And why? Right. So you telling me to go get the lab.
There you go.
Right. So now she wasn't saying that was right or wrong. She just made a comment and I was like, whoa. Right. Why would these the doctor told me that you couldn't get get rid of fibroids. I say, that's why I'm not coming to you. She want me to get surgeries. They sure do. All right, y'all. So real quick, we're going to go over what our offer is. We're going to go over this real quick. So first, y'all want to know what we offering? Everybody say, what is it? What is it? Okay, so I'm going to have y'all come on over here real quick so they can see on the screen. So the first thing is my AI author visibility starter package. $997 value. I'm doing some new stuff. Everybody say new stuff. So with that, one is a billboard spotlight that you're going to be on a billboard. How many of you guys have been seeing the opportunities to get on these billboards? And who would like, y'all know what I'm talking about when I say billboard, like the digital billboard. Yes, where you can walk up and be like, check me out. And guess what? Everybody say recognition. Gets recognized. So you're going to get on a billboard. You're also going to have many access to our BPC. Some of you guys have been following Book Profits Club, but you hadn't jumped on. So we're doing a new tier where you're going to be able to join us on our Monday night meetings, right? Y'all already know BPC, the Monday night meeting. That's a dope picture. Okay. The Monday night meetings are lit. So you're going to be able to get on when? This Monday. Everybody say this Monday. And then one pillar of training, we're going to do a bonus article. Who wants to be in the press? Say me. We're going to write up an article about you guys, okay? And so now you'll be able to share that article. Also, how many of you guys want to know about AI and get to that next level, leveraging AI to grow your business using your book? Yes, yes? So I'm going to give you 3 of our 10 AI strategies, guys. I actually have a program that I'm about to be releasing at the end of the month. It's going to be a $5,000 package. A $5,000 package, and we're going to go over these AI strategies. But first, you're going to learn about the assisted book writing and editing so we can speed up your writing process for those who are saying, what do I need to do to hurry up and get it done? And guess what? It's going to be your words. Everybody say my words. You're also going to get access to our AI Power Stage Pitch Generator. I'm going to show you how to be able to create pitches to pitch yourself for these events that are coming up. Yes, yes, using AI. And then we're also going to do content repurposing. Guys, you got to learn how to repurpose. The best marketing you can do as an author is get up in there and use your book. But let me show you how to repurpose utilizing the AI tools that are out there. Y'all excited about that? So you're going to get the billboard spotlight. You're going to get the mini access to the Book Profits Club, as well as the new AI training and the bonus article. Don't forget that. Okay, don't forget that. Total value, $997, $297 today. But everybody say, what's next? Everybody say, what's next? Because we ain't done. So we're going to go ahead and have Bruce tell you what he's got.
So I might have to sign up for that one, actually. What I really...
Everybody's welcome to sign up. All members, too.
And it's all...
Yeah.
Man, that's...
You're going to get a billboard.
That's great. So what I've discovered, the same questions that help me in sales help you grow your business. So as you've begun, maybe you're looking to say, I'm not ready to hire someone. Say I'm an introvert, I'm a salesperson. It all comes down to better questions. So what I created just for Book Profits Clubs and attendees today is the simple, Sales Made Simple Intensive. I don't want to turn you into that killer closer or the master manipulator, but I do want you to hear yes more often without sounding salesy. That's it. Because if you hear yes more often, everything else is going to be a little bit easier for you. So what I've done, we'll have a hands-on group workshop. We're going to lean on each other, support each other, but I've also set up a one-on-one session so you can get exactly what you need for where you are in your business. That's so important for me that I don't want a one-size-fits-all for you, right? And then I've created some resources to help you afterwards, the Better Questions Toolkit, because it sounds good, right? Ask better questions. What kind of questions? Which questions do I ask? When do I ask them? And so I created the Better Questions Toolkit to help answer those for you. And I've created a workbook so that you can duplicate it over and over again for every stage of your business. Normally, what I do for a one-on-one session is just $250 hour. That's it. That's all. I want to make sure I make it accessible for you all. So we've included it in the package for you all today. So the only reason it doesn't work is if you don't do the work. All right? Yes, yes?
Yes, yes. All right. And next, Khaleesi. She's going to share with you her program.
Okay, everybody, I've created, the first thing is 7 levels deep breakthrough session. I would go through this session to get to the core of what my situation really, really was. Some of us say, oh, well, I was traumatized. Okay, you have to go deeper than that, deeper than that, deeper than that. So I would say this will give you a breakthrough to uncover your true why behind either wanting to grow a garden or to live more in balance, or what the real problem was that has you stuck. So I would say when I first did this 7 levels deep, well, I thought it was just one on level 1. Oh, well, that was because I was abused as a child. Oh, that was because I was raised in a cult. When I got to 7 levels deep, what I had been suppressing, it was because I wanted to help people because I contemplated suicide. And I literally had that buried so deep, I didn't even know that that was my core issue of why I wanted to help other people not feel like I did ever in life. And then I have a book, My Companion Gardening for the Soul. I'm telling you, that right there correlates gardening with life, with people on a whole nother level. So you'll never look at gardening the same, and you'll never look at people the same. And then a 1-hour coaching session with me, live on Zoom, hands-on guidance for starting a garden with zero gardening experience, covering garden planning, easy starter plants, and stress-free strategies to get growing right away. And this is what my offer is today, combined with us as a group.
Awesome. Let's give it up. Let's give it up. Now, what if I told you guys, I told you mine, I'm going to offer for $297. Bruce, what's yours? $297. Khalees say $297. What if I said we had a special? Everybody say, what is it? What is it? Well, y'all should know because y'all went to the link. Today, you're going to get all 3 for $197. It's a guarantee, but by the time tonight, 8 o'clock, the same thing that I just offered you guys, I'm selling it for more. I'm just letting y'all know, and it's not going to have both of them programs included. So you're going to get all 3 of those today. Everybody say today. But right now for $197, and you also will get 2 raffle tickets. So go ahead. You're going to go to the link to lock in your spot. So $197, you're going to get all 3 of them, the AI and a billboard. You're literally going to be on a billboard. You know how much they're charging for billboards? Thousands. Where y'all going? Where else you going to get that? Huh? Okay, we're going to get your appointment. And I'm going to tell y'all, Bruce actually, how Bruce joined us years ago, he was our head of sales. So he handled all of our sales calls, guys. But that's when I had $7,000 packages. And Bruce, where you? Come on over here in the camera. So I can see. Because Bruce was closing $7,000. Were you not selling the $7,000 3-day boot camps? And did. I stopped doing the boot camps because I wanted to focus more on what happens once the book is done. And then also we had a $25,000 inner circle. Bruce, were you not selling the $25,000 inner circles? And was. See, Bruce cost too much money for me to have him selling a $197 package. I charged $25K for you to work with me for an entire year in our inner circle program. And I was like, Bruce, I can't have you over here doing high tech. You got to go stay on and teach sales, but we ain't gonna have you doing sales calls for $197. I don't even get on the call for $197. So we're going to get to that level when you guys start developing that skill set to when you're getting on these calls. How much should they be selling their offers for eventually?
I really would love to see it at least $1,500.
At $1,500 every time you get on a call. And with the script, you're going to be closing about 50% of them. So I see some of y'all signing up. I'm trying to get y'all time. That's why I'm running my mouth. And then with this, because this one right here, let me tell you something. I am so excited about what she's doing with the green thumb because how many of us know we cannot trust? What is that? Oh, it died. My laptop died. Do y'all get the screen? Y'all got the link? Okay, go to the pop-up. It's the same link you went to get the planner. The popupworkshop.com/special. Y'all don't miss this. Don't miss this today. But what was I saying? Oh, the green thumb. Y'all, we can't trust this food. Do y'all hear me what I'm telling you? You talked about the food directly connecting to our emotions. I know that for a fact. Absolutely. I know that my grandma used to eat chitlins, fatback, all the pork, the ear, the nose, to the teeth, to the toes, and live to be 80 plus years old with no ailments. Now we eat one burger from Burger. Y'all know Burger King was slated to be the worst fast food restaurant. And I used to tear up. Yup, don't do it. I was over at Burger King all the time getting a little chicken cheeseburgers. So I'm so happy what she's doing, guys, with this. Y'all have got to plug into this. It's all about being better mentally, physically, so that then we can go over here to do the work that we need to do to get these sales, and then me helping you to get on them different platforms, right? So you see how this works together? So again, y'all get that link. Go and get it right now. And then what we're about to do is start doing these raffles. So if somebody needs a couple minutes, let me know. Even if you got to buy a book or something. Does anybody need a couple minutes? Yes, yes? Okay, well, I'm just trying to give y'all some time. Does anybody have some additional questions while we wait?
Actually,
Yes, you
I
got
do.
some more?
I really want to
Okay,
answer
go
that.
ahead. Answer your question.
So whoever wrote, what's the first step of walking away from a narcissist? I'm not sure who wrote me that one. Woo-hoo-hoo. Okay, so for me, upon finding out what a narcissist was, I've never heard of it, but it was someone else seeing what I was in. And they're the ones that started sending me information on narcissists. And when I did the research, like I said, it had me very emotional because I could see several narcissistic personality types that I was around. But one day I looked in the mirror and I couldn't even recognize my appearance. I literally looked it looked like a parasite was draining and had sucked all the life out of me. I did not recognize my own reflection. And that was my first step in walking away because I knew that I had a whole different reflection when I began to look in the mirror. It was always hard anyway because I was a traumatized young girl that did not like my reflection. But when you are in a relationship with a narcissist and you no longer can recognize who you see in the mirror, that's a problem. And like I in my book, How to Find Peace, one of the chapters is called Leave. And that's the answer to that one. Oh, okay.
Yes, come on. Yeah. Okay, and let's give it up for Deborah, who got her book. Let's give it up for Deborah. Also, we have two people who took action and got the special thus far. Wanda Pearson. Let's give it up for Wanda. As well as Tammy Renee. Let's give it up for Tammy. All right, y'all. So listen, anybody, did you have another question or no? Yeah. Okay, we're about to, is everybody good? Y'all still working? Okay, go ahead. I do. I do. You want me to go through that? I mean, you'll have one book and you run it up for a year before you do it. Oh, that's a great question. Okay, I can get to that. I'm gonna let Bruce answer one first, and then I'm gonna answer your question, Jackie.
This one, I definitely wanted to touch today. I might have to do a video on this one for the YouTube. But Bruce, what would you tell someone that is struggling with selling because they don't have a background in sales? Love that question. So, thank you for asking that question. You're not struggling in sales because you don't have a background in sales. The challenge is sales puts you directly in front of three possibilities that we're hardwired to avoid. It puts us in front of judgment, it puts us in front of uncertainty, and it puts us in front of rejection. And that's tough. Uncertainty is, I don't know what they're going to say. Judgment is, what are they going to think of me selling this product or service? And rejection is just straight up hearing no. And that's really challenging for anyone from any opportunity. But here's some good news. Listen, in my career, I stopped counting after 250,000 phone calls, man. Listen, my hair's still long, still swings. You're going to be okay when people tell you no. And once you realize, here's the other side, where I actually have better results for people who have never sold before versus people that I've been in sales for 20 years. When they tell me that, it's usually not a good fit.
Yes, yes?
Yes, yes.
Okay, well, I'm just ready.
The reason I run into this is salespeople are just really good at being right. And they're really good at talking. And those are two terrible characteristics for a salesperson. So I'm not going to teach you that. Where you want to get good at sales is you're going to get good at asking questions. You're going to get good at communicating value. And you're going to make it easy for them to make a decision. Catch this. You're going to make it easy for them to make a decision, whether that decision is yes or no. Once you get away from trying to force people, convince people, push people to say yes, and you get to a point and say, hey, here's the recommendation that's best for you, sometimes that's no, sometimes that's yes, sometimes it's later. Once you get them the best recommendation for them, sales becomes so easy. That's why, what did it say on here? I make sales simple. I don't want you to be the sales superstar. I want you to be so good at sharing your value and understanding the person in front of you that it makes sales simple. I want to make that so easy for that you hear yes more often. So I love that question. The reason you're struggling with sales is because you're worried about what they're going to say. That's not your responsibility. Your responsibility is to give them a chance to say yes. Once you make that shift, say, hey, working with me is going to make your life or business better. Would you like to work with me? Yes or no? Some people are going to say no. Some people are going to say yes. Your job is just to ask. Once you make that shift, it's so much more simple. So for those that signed up, I'm really excited to work with you. We'll dive deeper. What does that look like for my business? Great question. Great question.
That's good. Listen, I'm going to take, come on, clap, 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 clap. I am a big believer that when you are truly selling a product that you know is going to change someone's life, you're not selling anymore. It's really just being good at, first of all, listening to the person, telling you the gap, and then you closing that gap and making an offer. And whether they choose it, that's their problem. That's not your problem if they say yes or no. But it is our responsibility to make the offer.
That's all you got to do.
That is our, and the offer means this is the program, this is how much it costs. You want to put it on your Visa or your MasterCard. That's what offering, because some of us will do, this is what we do, Bruce. We say, all right, y'all, so here's the program. All right, and if you want to get started, just meet me in the back. No. Get them started. Now, you see how I'm like waiting for some of y'all to go ahead and close the deal? Some of y'all ain't bought a book or nothing, child. Bless your heart. That's okay. But no, I'm playing. If you don't have it, I'm a fit. Right. We have, let me just also say this. If you are here and you're like, dang, I really wish I could take advantage of this offer. I just don't have it. All I'm going to tell you is this: keep showing up. I used to never be the person that would go up to someone and say, hey, I want to do it, but I don't have it. What I'm going to do is become solutions-based. So if I know that an investment is $5,000, what must I do so that I can raise up $5,000? Does that make sense? So get into a space where you're solution-based. And also, if that means that you need to look at who you're around. If you're around a lot of, what's another word other than solutions? People that talk about what's not happening, people that's complaining. You might need to work on first. Let's get around people who are solution-based driven and mindset.
Said.
Yeah, like we gotta. I can't be around nobody that every time we turn around, they talking about what they don't have. They talking about what ain't happening. They can't wait to be the first to gossip about what's going on in the news today. We need to be around people that are like getting to it, because what happens then is when you start getting around solution-based people, you start taking action and you don't even realize it. Your subconscious mind has no idea if you're crazy or if you are not.
It's true.
Seriously. So whatever you say out loud over and over and over again, your subconscious mind is way more powerful than your conscious. It will always do the work to make sure that whatever you keep saying starts to happen. So here's another thing I want you guys to start doing. We're no longer going to say, I'm not good at sales. We're no longer going to say, I don't know how to do sales. We're going to now say, I love sales. I'm amazing. Every time I walk out the house, somebody want to buy from me. I be having to hide from the money. The money just plop, 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 hit me in the face. I'm around millionaires. I'm in the best shape of my entire life. Don't nobody want to be around that opposite. Think about it. And so be very conscious. And I'm going to tell you, I remember I had a coach. He was my mentor at the time. And Wanda D. Hollis. I was just waiting. I know Wanda was trying to get it. Let's give it up for Wanda D. Hollis. She got two more. Two of them things. All right. And when I would call my mentor, because remember, I didn't wait for my coach to call me. I didn't wait for my coach to reach out to me. This is what I'm working on. So I call him and he answered the phone. He'd be like, hey, what's going on, superstar? That's what we call everybody, superstar. That's why I don't even like it no more. Don't call me superstar. It's trauma. What's going on, superstar? I'd be like, well, I'm all right. He would literally be like, you know what? Let me call you back. And didn't call me back. One day when I asked him, I said, why do you always do that? Because I'm not starting off a phone call with you already being negative. I remember one time I told him, I was like, I ain't got no money. He was like, Taria, who does that help by you telling me you don't have money? It literally helps nobody. Start speaking abundance into your life. Stop talking about that of what you don't desire. And at the time, it didn't make sense to me. I was like, but I'm just telling you the truth.
Right.
But you do know that where we are today is not even our actual truth. Our actual truth is 90 days from today in the past. The action we took 90 days ago is what has put us into the circumstance of today. So if we wish to change 90 days from now where we want to be, then our truth of what we say about our lives must change today. We cannot keep speaking death on our finances, on our relationships, on our wellness. Listen, it might be raining outside. I want y'all to learn to find something positive in that. Right? Liquid gold. Listen. I was in line the other day and I was like, and I came up with an epiphany. I was like, do you know, because most people are negative. I was like, do you know as a people, the way that we find commonality with people is to complain. Y'all ever be in a line and it's long? What's the first thing they gonna do? God, they need to have more people working as an attendant. I was in the line the other day, y'all, and the lady did it. I can't remember where I was at, but it was somewhere where they always normally have a lot of people. And so she couldn't wait to complain. So we waited. She said, well, God, they need some more attendants. I was like, they usually have more people. It must have been like maybe a meeting or something going on today because they typically do great. She was like, she don't want to gossip with me. Learn how to be the opposite. Learn how to work on that, right? It's not easy, though. And the more that you start noticing it, you'll be like, ooh, ooh. But be careful with how you speak on your life, okay? All right, y'all, we about to do these raffles. Let's do this. By the way, what we just did today, how many of you guys would love to be able to just get in front of the audience and make sales, yes? There's no, if I would have made an offer for $1,000, people would have signed up for that too. There's no difference. Now, a lot of times I typically only make a higher ticket offer when it's me by myself. But when we allow our BPC members to do it, I don't want them to have to divide $1,000. We could divide a couple dollars. But they're going to then do a meeting where, yes, they're going to make a higher ticket offer. Does that make sense? The effort, I was doing workshops just like this. Monica could tell you, one time we went to Houston to do a public speaking event. And you remember that one where I lost my wallet? Lost my wallet. We did it at the Dave & Buster's. I did an event in front of people I'd never met. I made an offer for like $1,500, $2,000. I walked away $8,000. You think I was tripping about that wallet? Let's go. Turn up. Okay. And we don't like to pay to get in. So we going to be there, hey, somebody. So I came home with $8,000 too. All right. Amen. Okay. Y'all ready? All right. So we're going to do these giveaways. We're going to start off with, these journals. So you see the one. You can select between the God Goals Growing and Glowing. Or we also have the journal that is the beautiful notes and stuff like that. Yes, dog. For our green thumbs. For our green thumb. Ooh, green thumb journals. Yes, yes. Okay, you ready? Okay, let's get it. And the number is 561. Last three. 561. All right. And I know, come on, get excited. Come on now. So grab you whichever one you want. Just pick one of the journals. And 555. Who's that? Whoop, whoop. By the way, just so y'all know, for those who have multiple, you can win multiple times. Yes, yes. Okay, y'all ready for the next? Okay. We're going to do, Khaleesi, come over here and tell us what you got over here, girl. She done blessed us with some stuff. Yeah.
So one of the things that I forgot to mention, I have been a cosmetologist for knocking on 30 years. So when I grew the herbs and I made my own hair care product line called Shimmer and Shine. So I have a growth oil made from the herbs in my garden, and literally they're straight harvested from me, grown by me, and I process them. So I have 2 hair oils in the silver packet for you guys.
Okay, we're gonna do the silver. Okay, I need that because you see, I got this is my hair, by the way. This is my.
Come on, show it. Hang time.
It's about to get weaved back up too. No, okay, okay, ready. We got 2 numbers. So the winners are, and this is for men and women, by the way. Just want y'all to know, 562 and 551. All right, 562 and 54. Okay, yes. Come on, y'all. Just grab your silver package. Okay, then you got 2 other things. What's in the other bags too?
I have a nonprofit called Dexa Family Gardens when I grew the food. So when I didn't have the garden anymore, I made Dexa Family Enterprises, which is the for-profit side. And I just love to do events to where we dance. We do Zumba dancing. We do things that made you happy when you were children, like field day, games, and things like that. So when I get together and have events like that, that's Dexa Family Enterprises. We're going to get back to the joy of things that happened when we were little people that brought joy. So I got some Zumba skirts in there because I love to dance.
They do like this. Chicka, 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 chicka. Yes. I need to get up in some Zumba. Okay. 5, 5. I might get a man doing that. What y'all think, fellas? What you think? Like, girl, don't put me in it. Okay. All right. I'm just thinking. I'm like, what can I do? Okay. 5, God-fearing. So you got to be right now. You got to slide up in there in the right way. Like, listen, I noticed the jingles. Right. Okay, y'all ready? 556 and 563. Oh, all right. All right. I can see. Oh, honey, she about to be making content with that one. All right, I can see the. I love it. Okay. I'm going to give away, if you are an author, then hopefully, if not, then that means you know you got to work on it. I'm going to give away 2 large T-shirts. All right, let's go. By the way, I be wearing this thing every day. People be like, tell me about your book. It's marketing. Mm-hmm. Y'all ready? All right. 552 and 559. Come on now. Well, did you just buy a T-shirt? Okay. Well, no, we're not gonna do. I ain't gonna do you with the T-shirt. Okay. Or you know what? I'm gonna give you a profits planner. Don't you already got one? But it's a quarterly planner. Okay. Get you a book. Yep. All right. Now, y'all, this is a quarterly planner, so you need 4 of them per year. All right. So did you already get a T-shirt? I did. Oh, okay. Well, you can select the book then. Select the book, okay. Or if you want a profits planner too. Well, I got the profits planner. But it's every quarter, so you're going to need it every 3 months. So just keep in mind. Okay. So this is this quarter? Yeah, you elite. So I'm sorry, never mind. She like, I already get one because I'm elite. Yeah. Yes, go get you that. Okay, good. All right. No, you're not single though. Anything. Okay, and then you got the 10K? Yep. Voice of Change? I got that one. Oh, you got all the books.
Yep. I think I got all.
Yep.
Because I'm not single.
Yeah, no, we're not single.
But I might be one day.
No, you're not. No, ma'am. No.
I'll take one of these then.
Okay. All right, cool. Oh, and then y'all also get the pen too.
Oh,
So
there
here
we
you
go.
Get you a pen. This is a nice scripture on there. You could gift it. Okay, we're going to just go ahead and do this TV.
Okay.
So who's claiming the TV? Okay.
Yeah.
She told me, I don't know, because you paid for it. You bought it. Okay, you got to shake it up more. Shake it up harder. And then I'm going to let Khaleesi pick it. It ain't my fault. Let Khaleesi grab it. Khaleesi, Sheree. Okay, claim it.
Good thoughts. Come on, we're going to manifest this.
Yes.
You got it. All right. It is
5, 0.
All right, well, come over. Okay, so what we're gonna do is I was gonna have everybody had to be registered to get the book, but everybody go get the book. So come on up here. I want you to grab the book. We're gonna take some pictures real quick, group pictures. We're not rushing you out, so you don't have to get rushed out. But everybody, come on up here to take a group and grab you a copy of the book as well. Everybody that is online, you also are welcome to take advantage of the special, guys. It does expire though within the next 2 hours. So if you want to take advantage and get all 3 of those amazing items, you're going to go to www.thepopupworkshop.com/special. So, okay. Oh, yeah. Okay. Gotcha.
I'm gonna trade
Now,
this in. I know somebody I can give a single book to.
what is that on your face? You got some powder? Oh, yeah. Okay. Y'all stay up here so we can take our group picture. Okay, cool. Oh, yeah.
Somebody I can give it to.
Okay, perfect. 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 All right. Yes. Come on up here. We're going to take a group picture. And everybody online, God bless you. Thank you for being here today. All right, y'all ready? Come on, grab the picture. You kind of are, yep. Oh, hold on. All right, yes, come on. Yes, y'all get tighter. Get tighter.
What they say? Like each other.
Yeah, here, let me have the speakers come sit right here. Here, grab me. Y'all ready? Okay. Y'all notice flip this upside down. Some people be like, okay, and then Wanda, I want you to come take a picture with the TV. And anybody else who want a prize, if you have your prize with you, come up here so we can take a picture with that. All right, y'all. And of course, y'all can hang around if you got questions. Yes, and we'll sign books too.
Oh yeah, you know. Oh yeah. I saw a couple of folks that got a question.
Yeah. How's he gonna be like, wait a minute now? Oh, you did? Oh, yeah. Okay, come up here with y'all. Yes, yes, yes. Put it on. Yes. Put it on. Right. The Wanda. Okay. So make sure we can see the TV. We can't see the TV. Okay, yeah. Okay, can you see everybody? Bruce and Khaleesi, why y'all not in the picture?
They making money.
He just bold-faced lied talking about we can sign a book. Oh no, we don't want to do this in front of the TV. You come right here though. They be like, they ain't giving away no TV. Yes, we are. All right. Thank you. Okay, yes, y'all. And Bruce will help you to put it in. You manifested that. All right. Yeah, sorry. Come on and say, come on. Oh, that's what that was. I was like, what was that made that noise? Okay, y'all online. We'll see y'all later. And don't forget, y'all, I'm going to send y'all a link for tonight's webinar at 8 o'clock. But the offer is going to be at a different price. I can sign your book right here if you want to. Let me make sure I turn the music on. Oh, having these nails. Look here, see? I said, give me a little tribal look. Give me a little tribal look going on. I think it's on. Oh, yeah, it's on. Is it
still?
Yeah, I just turned it off.
The online is off, or they still on?
They still on. I gotta turn that off. They probably still watching
Where
us
was it? On Facebook?
on YouTube.
Oh, YouTube. Okay. It's a great workshop today.
Thank you. Ciao. Same old, right? Yes, of course. Make.
Always a different day.
Amen to that. How you doing? What's your name? Jim. Okay.
I just saw it on Facebook. I don't really know what it is.
Oh, okay.
What was it about?
Well, you missed it. It should have said it in the thing. But look, what you can do, if you go to the popupworkshop.com and register, I'm doing a follow-up webinar tonight for authors who want to leverage their books to build 6 and 7-figure businesses. Yep, so go to the Pop-Up Workshop. You're actually supposed to be registered for me to get you. So that's the big shit.
Well, I did. I registered.
Oh, you registered? Okay, well, yeah. So just go to the replay. I mean, well, it's on YouTube, so I can send it to you. But yeah, I'll be doing that later on tonight at 8 o'clock. Yeah? And then all of our other speakers, they're going to reach out to you as well. So just make sure to be on the lookout for that.